Let me unmute myself for once. Hey, welcome to the live stream. It's so good to see all of you. Sorry for the late start. Essentially, the Essentials palette is finally available on Jackson's, and I've received literally like over 200 questions about this since I made the video about it over a year ago. So I thought that it would be nice, now that it's actually finally available, to do a live stream to use it, and then it means that when people are like, oh, what paint palette are you using and where did you get it from, I can actually answer, which is good. Hold on, let me... Okay. I'm trying to sort that. Yes, this is the Essential palette. So, hold on. Let me remove my face so that you can see. So I've left it linked in the description for you. There's also really good chats going on in the chat about just like price matching, checking the right stores, finding it in different places, finding it for the best prices as well. So be sure, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay, to also check out the chat, because it does seem to be very much country specific, basically, as to where is best for you to get it. So these are the colors that I included, and I double checked. The one that is on Jackson's is the same colors. The cover, and I don't mean the actual like palette cover, I mean the packaging that it comes in has changed, but other than that the colors are the same. It has buff titanium, Hansa yellow light, Hansa yellow medium, gold ochre, nickel azure gold, which is one of 3 new Roman Szmal colors, or 4 now Roman Szmal colors, mummy transparent red, blue ridge burnt sienna, pyrrole scarlet, Aquarius orange, quin red, pyrrole ruben, quin magenta intense, mineral pink, which is actually purple, Indian red, cobalt sea blue, lavender, cobalt cerulean blue, misty morning, phthalo blue, ultramarine, cypress burnt umber, autumn green, which is a spectacular green, sap green, trying to read it and and see it at the same time. So sap green, phthalo green, Aquarius green, another beautiful green, shadow violet, Aquarius violet, and Payne's grey. And it is one of my favorite palettes by Roman Szmal. So I'm glad that it is finally available. As I say, double check the yeah, Derwood, exactly. Double check the chat so that you can find out where is best for you, because I think the general conclusion seems to be that whether you are in the UK or in the EU or in Australia or in the US, everywhere is different. It is indeed amongst these. Misty Morning is a beautiful kind of special trick color that will give you instantly really lovely skies. Let me put this stuff to the side so we have a bit more space. So I also swatched these out. This is what I actually did in my first... No, actually, I think I did this privately. But still, this is the Essentials palette that's also swatched out here. And this sketchbook just has a lot of different Roman Szmal swatches. This one is Autumn Green. And this one is Aquarius Green. I can't do it with every colour. But... every so often I like doing big swatches of big colours, because especially the ones that are granulating will react differently, and I feel like you can see their properties a lot better when there's a big swatch. So this one, for example, is Misty Morning, and then Shadow Violet Light. This, I think, is Shabish Grey. I need to double check. And then Ocean Sea Blue. Then here we have Quin Magenta Intense, and then Mineral Pink, and Aquarius Violet. And yeah, then the rest is like I started doing paintings with them. Oh, this one is the set that's the Urban Sketching Symposium 2025 palette. So it came in, hold on, I can show you. It came in this really pretty tin. That was the color for the symposium. And then it also comes with 4 colors inside, as you can see, and they are benzimidazole yellow, Pyro red, sap green, and Urban's USK Symposium 2025, which is a custom color, which is also this gigantic swatch that I did here. Oddly enough, it's only PB29 and PR122, which is like ultramarine blue and quin magenta, but I don't know, I guess they mixed it just right because it's just a really lovely, almost like granulating lavender sky color. In honesty, like in this set, that custom color is my favorite color, and if I could buy it open stock, I would, because I don't tend to use Pyro red or the sap green that much. But also the tin is beautiful, so I can't really complain. And then these are just some paintings that I did when I was in Poland for the Urban Sketching Symposium. And this is in my Etcher sketchbook, the perfect sketchbook from 2021. Got carried away with the stamping, as you can see. Okay. I'll leave those empty because I feel like it makes sense to do a painting based on a reference from Poznan, given the stamp. And then we go here. I love autumn green too. It's just such a beautiful color. I thought it would be nice to do some paintings. Obviously, if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to ask. Exactly, Sonia. I think the same. To be honest, I'm like, okay, the other colors are okay, but that color, it's a beauty. It's a babe. And also, all Roman Szmal colors are currently on sale on Jackson's. Again, double check where's worth buying for you. But for me, obviously, Jackson's is cheapest, and they also do affiliate link, so it works best for me basically. But double check where works best for you. But anyway. The tiny tins are also available. This one, I've put these colors inside in case you're curious. It's been one of my mainstay urban sketching palettes, and I've put Quin Gold Hue, Tint, Magenta, Sennelier's Sophie Yellow, Holbein's Power Rubin, Roman Szmal's Potter's Pink, Roman Szmal Benzimidazole Brown, Hooker's Green, Cobalt Sea Blue, Ultramarine, and then November 2024. And this was actually the palette that I made for my trip to Italy. And I didn't change it thereafter because I actually quite liked it. And as you can see, Be Still in My Heart, I feel like I'm really making my way through November 2024. That's one of my favorite colors as well, and it's a limited edition color, so I can't buy it anymore, but I'm still using it. I want to enjoy it while I have it, you know. And then this one is my autumn palette, which has a range of different brands, not just Roman Szmal, and it's a separate video. Oh, you know what's funny, Durwood? It's a good thing you point it out, because in my head, I like the look of the tint, but I would have never really thought that it's like a go-to color. Like, I just thought I would like the look of it, but I wouldn't use it much. But as you can see, like, it got used quite a good bit, and I think it is a question of using it in landscapes, but also I was using it a lot in buildings, and especially because when I was using this palette primarily, I was in Bologna in Italy, and so there's kind of like a lot of these orangey leaning buildings, and I thought that worked really well. Okay, shall we do some painting? I was thinking about doing this reference that I've got up. I kind of like the fact that it's black and white, because I thought that then we could take creative license with the colors. that we paint. So is it not available in the US at all then from Jackson's? I just need to find some tape. My bad. If I'd known that, I would have been like, it's finally back. Got everyone excited. Not even back. It's finally here. Where did I put my tape? I keep running out of tape. I don't want to use my super thin one. Sorry for all the clanking around. I literally just had it. Unless did I put it under my laptop? Nope. I wanted to give myself a nice border, you know. Okay. I can't find the magic tape that I normally use, but I do have some of this tape, and I'm really trying to embrace use what you have. I don't know. I hope I don't regret it though, in terms of this tape. But it should be fine. It just feels very low tack. Honestly, part of me is like, and by part I mean it's probably very likely that I would go back to Poland just so that I could buy the Szmal paints at a really decent price. And I've been told Krakow is really, really nice. Everyone I've spoken to, like I have quite a few colleagues that are from Poland, and quite a few patients as well, and they were like, oh, you have to go to Krakow. And then there's somewhere else that they said I should go that is in the mountains from Krakow. It's got a really pretty name. I can't remember. Zopoli? I can't remember. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying, that it's really pretty. But then there's somewhere else that they said is maybe like, I don't know if it's like 2 hours by train. Zopolina or something like that. I can't remember it. But they said, you know, go to Krakow and from... Yeah, Zakopane. Yeah. And they said basically from there go to the mountains, and showed me pictures. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm making a rough itinerary. Which is crazy because it feels like one of those things where it's very much like how watercolor changed my life. Because if it wasn't for watercolor, I wouldn't have gone to the Urban Sketching Symposium in Poland to begin with, and you know. The beaches in Honduras. I know there's just so many beautiful places to go to. In fact, I'm trying to organize a trip, and it's just stressing me out so much that I feel like just cancelling it and staying home. And I know that if I persevere and actually organize it, I will enjoy it and have an amazing time. But I just find organizing holidays so stressful. And it's not even like stressful. It's an unpleasant feeling, but it's not stress. It's like I can't do it. It just feels like there's 1,000,001 little decisions. And I think that's why a lot of the time, a lot of my trips have just been completely last minute, because I just got so overwhelmed with trying to organize it that I left it at the very last minute. And then decisions just seem a bit easier, you know, because it's like I'm either going or I'm not going. And there's probably more trips that I haven't gone on than I have, in terms of just deciding not to go. But yeah, I don't know, like I was joking, well, I was saying to my mum, I wasn't actually joking, but she didn't think I was serious, that I think I just need to get a PA, because I have my strengths and doing things like this is not one of them. But for now, we paint. Is anyone else painting as well? So I also have these brushes that I bought when I went to, where did I go? Anyway, I bought them from Szmal, but in person, but they're not available. I don't know, I haven't seen them as of yet, but they're a really nice quill brush. It is the 115. I have the large, the medium and the small, but I'm going to start off with the large and see where things go. Oh, really, Jude? You love it? I honestly, I hate it. There's not a single part of me that enjoys planning holidays at all. Like, at all. One of the best gifts that my family ever gave me was when they planned a holiday for me. Like, I don't even mind paying for it. It's just the planning. So many random decisions, and then when you're trying to plan and you have to take somebody else into account, you're thinking about what do they want to do and when are they free and how much it's going to cost and what hotel should you get and where should you go. And it's just, which is why a lot of the time I just literally wake up one morning and I'm like, I'm done, and I book a random flight and I go. Next to no planning necessary. It's literally Nice. I booked it the day before. Amalfi Coast, I booked it the day of, as in the day I was flying as the day that we booked it. Where else? I think those are the main ones that I've been like super spontaneous for. Venice was maybe like a few days beforehand. The Lake Garda was again a few days beforehand, and that was completely spontaneous. It was the day before my final exam for med school, and I just felt like I needed something to I guess ground me to that final push, final exam. I was just revising all the time, and so the day I didn't sleep that night before the exam, and I literally booked it so that when I finished the exam, I literally had, I think, one day, and then the day after, I'm off to Italy. That is my current strategy. I'm just looking at the reference. It's going to be very sky heavy, so I'm wondering if maybe I should change it a little bit. Lift. Right now I have the thing here, the horizon here, and I'm just wondering if I should raise it a little bit. That's fine. I'll just the thing is, I want to raise it, and the only thing that is making me hesitant to raise it is that I didn't want to start looking for my eraser. There's an eraser at the end of my pencil, but I also have the proper eraser. But how's everybody doing? How are you guys doing from a creative point of view? Have you been painting lots in this month, 2026? Have you been feeling creative? If so, what has been inspiring you? I can show you what has been inspiring me. By the way, as usual, I always forget to mention that I do have an art membership, and in it I make exclusive videos and Zoom sessions and live streams. But I think the best part of it is the community, which, I can't really control. So it's not a me thing, it's a you thing. And actually getting to get together and chat like this with other artists that are nice and interested in things that you're interested in. And it's hard to explain. I think without experiencing it yourself, you have no idea what you could potentially be missing out on until you join, yes, mine, but any, I think, community. To a certain extent, you get to see that actually it's really nice. It's really, really nice having art friends. So if that's something that you're interested in, I have linked it in the description of the video, and I do link it in the description of every video, because ultimately I think that if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, there's a very good chance that you would enjoy the membership and that you would be a really good fit. But part of the reason that I remembered that I should mention my membership, which I'm trying to get better at doing it. I feel like I still forget sometimes, and I don't want to be salesy. I just want the right people to come. Does that make sense? I don't want the wrong people to feel pressured to get it. I just want the right people to know it exists and to join, basically. And what we have been doing is a series on fruits. Well, initially it started off, actually, hold on, we'll go down a little bit of a rabbit hole and then I'll paint, I promise. But initially it started off with the little landscapes. I guess I could just get like a, what do you call it, an agent? Do they do that? I don't know. I mean, it's too late because this trip is very soon. So it's either I buckle down and book it or I cancel it and just stay home and be miserable. But we'll see. But initially, we were doing little landscapes. And basically, they are these little gouache landscapes that I created, and the aim of it was really for us to explore gouache together through the month of December. And so I think I made like 7 videos showing the process of creating these landscapes, and I did them, I think I did most of them in real time or like a little bit sped up, because again, people really wanted to spend more time, or you wanted to spend more time exploring gouache together, and I loved it. And before that, I was painting with watercolor almost non-stop for the majority of the year, really. But then when I started doing these paintings because of you, I remembered like, oh my gosh, I love gouache. And so I did these paintings, and these are on wooden coasters that I've coated with gesso, so that they are essentially wooden panels, but they don't cost a fortune. Who can imagine? Oh, I'm so glad, Monks. And honestly, I've been loving seeing the art that you've been creating since. And I love all your art, but it was just so fun to kind of see the progression of you like getting more and more confident with gouache. And I've really loved the paintings that you have created. So in the series, I basically did one video talking about like the essential supplies, and then kind of talking about the challenge, and then some real-time videos basically sharing the process. So this one is a free-for-all YouTube video where I painted it live for you, as is this one. And then hold on, I'll show you the ones that are videos. This one is a video in the final little landscapes video. Contains a time lapse of this painting and a few of the other paintings. So it has this painting, and I think I'll show you as they come up, I'll remember. This one is Peekaboo, is one of my favorites as well. And yeah, this is one of the videos. It's actually a live stream. So this one was great. It was just so much fun. And the thing with live streams, like I say, my attention is divided. Like, I'm reading the chat and I'm making sure the tech is working and that my mic is on or whatever. And so I feel like I enjoy the process of doing live streams because it feels that we're together and we get to chat, and I want to know more about you and what you're doing. And I like that aspect of it. But usually I feel like my art isn't quite the same because I'm not fully concentrating. But this one, hands down, I love. I have no idea how it happened. It's kind of like I was painting and chatting and I looked down and the painting was finished. It was amazing. This one is, I think, in the final video as well as a time lapse. This one I did twice. So I did this one first, and that's a video, and then I did this one afterwards because I wanted to compare Winsor & Newton with Shinhan. And then I was waiting to see if it was a time thing as to why they look so different. It's not a time thing. I don't know what's going on. It's just Shinhan is a lot more vibrant, which I didn't know until I put them next to each other. So I still enjoy both paints, but it was really interesting to see the two separate. And then this video is the first one, and I think this video is the third one, all in real time. So these ones are all the little landscapes that have videos for them, and these ones are the little landscapes that don't have videos. I actually did do some of the videos. No, this one I did just for myself. This one I did during a Zoom, again just for myself. And I think these ones I did record, but I just didn't like it as much as the others. So welcome Art by Me. I remember you from yesterday. You were on Christie's live. Welcome. Oh, thank you so much, Terry. I do really love that one as well. It ended up being everyone's ultimate favorite, which was funny. I think it got like 600 votes or something. It's one of like my most popular polls. I do polls on my community tab just so that you can share your opinions and your votes. It's always really fun to see what people are enjoying. Do I seal them? So I haven't sealed them as of yet. I'm not planning on using them as coasters, and I don't tend to seal my gouache or my watercolor paintings. If I were to seal them, I would use this, which is like Dolan's wax medium, in order to seal it. So you can seal it. I still don't think that this would be strong enough to make it a coaster to be used like for drinks and whatnot, but it would protect it against the elements a little bit more. So because of that challenge that you guys asked for, and don't say I don't listen, but because of that challenge, I was just so excited with painting with gouache again that it continued. And so I started painting gouache florals, and that's what we've been doing this month. What did I say? Not florals. Gouache fruits. And that's what we've been doing this month. So this is from a Zoom session that we did. This is from that same Zoom session that we did. Then a week later, another Zoom session. This is, a week later. This is the 10th of January. This is the 16th of January. Another Zoom. This one was slower. So in the other one, we did like twice as much. In this one, we did these three. A mixture. If you're in it, you'll understand why they're slightly different. And then from there, this one I did just for myself, these two. And then this one, this is funny. Omar and I got together to do a video, and we've made it if you are our members, like as in on her Patreon or on my art membership, you will have seen it. So we got together, and she's exploring gouache. Omar Wayne is an incredible artist. I feel like everyone knows her, but yeah, she's an incredible artist. We got together and made this video, and she started exploring gouache, and we just thought it would be nice to paint together and chat about gouache, our art experiences, see where the conversation went. We didn't really make any plans other than painting with gouache from life. So we both decided to paint fruits, and it's really interesting because we painted them completely different. And we did this, I think, chat for like 40 minutes while I painted this from life. And then we said our goodbyes. We looked at the video, and the video was corrupted. Everything that we had said, done, and whatever had disappeared. So I am still like, I wasn't mad at it, because I was like, well, I had a good time, and like it's okay kind of thing. But this is the painting that I basically did in that video that will never see the light of day. But it was a lot of fun actually doing that, and like I guess creating my own still life. Then inspired by that and continuing to paint for my own still life, I took the same three pairs and like set them up on my desk and took a picture of them and painted that. And then I also did this, and I love this one. It's so funny because the bit that I was most worried about and considered leaving out altogether was the net, and for me that's my favorite part. I don't know, I feel like it kind of adds depth and it looks more complicated than it is. So I did that for myself, and then also painted this for myself. using the references that I've given members from these sessions. And then it's so funny because looking back, I didn't feel like I'd created much, but as I'm like flipping through, I'm like, okay, I have been productive this month. But so after Omar and I were quite determined, so after we realized that all the footage was corrupted, we decided to do it again. And so I got my fruits again and I painted this one, and this is the video that is available for everyone. So you can see me painting this in real time. You can also see Omar painting her fruits in real time as we chat. And we talked about, because we didn't plan it, we just kind of like introduced ourselves, showed our sketchbook, and then talked about everything like creative practice, having sketchbooks, tips for gouache, burnout, just everything. But you know, I wasn't really thinking, I was just like painting and having a good time, and then you're like, oh, it's finished, and we have to go. So then I did this basically, and I actually put it up as a poll. I was curious to know which one would be the favorite. And you know what's interesting? The favorite was this one. Maybe I should have asked you guys and then seen which one you like. But I feel like most of you may have voted already. But the favorite was this one, and it surprised me because my favorite was this one. And what was interesting is that some people kind of explained why, and like Derwood had mentioned that he liked the composition, like with the pears. And then once he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, I see the composition, I like it. And then someone else had also mentioned that they felt like this one was too perfect. But what I found interesting is that I felt like my contrast was better on this one. And so I quite liked this one. Like my eyes are instinctively drawn to here. Anyway, either way, I love both, but it was really interesting to see. It wasn't like a 50-50. It was like a landslide. This one won. And that really surprised me. And then I bought some bananas to continue this painting fruit theme, and I painted this this was during the not Zoom, but impromptu art meetup, shall we say, that we had, thanks to Derwood, who like summoned us on the 19th. So as everyone else was painting, I just tried to paint this, and I tried to convey that this is a plastic bag. It's my first time trying to paint a plastic bag, so I don't feel like it was the most successful attempt, but I actually really like it. And also I like weird things like the date that I've put on here, just so that I remember that that's the date that I did it on. Do you think that it was the background colour? People just like the teal? Maybe. I just find it very interesting. Good night, Monksies. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, thank you, Dawood. And then I started doing this. I say started because part of me wonders if I will go back and add more detail. I stopped because I was tired and I kind of felt like it was fine to leave it as is. But then I also was kind of wondering if I don't know, part of me is like, maybe it's incomplete. I don't know. But this one is, again, one of the references that, if you remember, you'll have access to. I can't remember if it's the first or the second live stream. But yes, I don't know, part of me is that maybe when I take off the tape it will be done. The other part of me feels like it needs more contrast. That's why I haven't taken off the tape. I need to decide. This sketchbook is A4 sketchbook, so it's a letter size sketchbook that opens up to A3. So this is it's a lot bigger than I usually work. It is, okay, so here's the thing, yeah, I'm not recommending this. It is by Moleskine. And this one is working well for me. I haven't had issues, but like we've discussed on Discord a lot, and Discord is the chat in my membership, moleskin can be temperamental depending on where it's made. Like it can be the same type of sketchbook, but they have different manufacturers in different places, and it seems to be that there's just the quality control isn't optimal. And so I've had some moleskin sketchbooks that have been wonderful. I haven't had any issues, and then I've had some that the sizing was gone right off the bat. Take it out of the plastic, you can't paint on it. And so because of that inconsistency and the fact that they are not cheap, I stopped buying them. So but those of you who have watched my videos about my sketchbooks will know that I have over 100 sketchbooks, and so my aim is to finish them, and that includes the moleskin. And so it's good because I feel quite free in the sketchbooks now, because I used to be very, very precious with them. My first moleskin took me 4 years to finish because I just wanted to reserve it for the special pieces. But now I just want to finish them, which I think has set me free. So I hope that helps, Anne. Yeah, so it's the moleskin. I think it's the moleskin watercolor album. I feel like they have an art sketchbook or something. That one has sketch paper, not paint paper, but the watercolor album has watercolor paper. Again, buy it at your own risk. Oh yeah, this is their quality control sticker. I don't know what that means, but in terms of like the colors. But yeah, so I have just all these supplies that I am genuinely really trying to embrace, just using up what I have. Uh-oh, don't fall. Yeah, I'm just trying to use up what I have. And it's actually quite nice being in that kind of phase, because it means that obviously, I guess, without fully realizing at the time, I just create more. Because I'm just excited. I'm just excited to paint and to create, and it feels quite nice not being worried about or not being overly precious about different supplies. I wanted to show you because I know someone mentioned that they liked the St. Paul's paintings, but I don't think I have them to hand. I don't have them to hand. I tidied. I didn't fully tidy, if I'm being completely honest. What I did was, you know when you like hide stuff, that's what I did. I hid stuff around my studio so that it looked neater, but as a result, I don't know why this is so annoying. As a result, sorry, I'm trying to get this out of the way. As a result of doing that, I can't find a lot of things. A lot of things are no longer where they used to be for now. But I really enjoyed painting. I really enjoyed painting the St. Paul's painting. It was from when I went to the Jackson's Art Plein Air Day. There we go. Whew. Cool. My bad. So, how's everybody doing? What are you up to? Yeah, it was definitely challenging. Hey, Annie. And hey to anyone who I haven't said hi to as of yet. I don't feel like I'm fully on it today. And you're flattering me so much, I feel like I need to find the paintings. Just to show. But I don't know where I've put them. Maybe if we have a small interlude later, I will find them and share them. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That's really sweet. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. It's so funny because I enjoyed painting it, yes. Painting them, yes. But I was freezing cold. So when I was painting the gouache painting of St. Paul's, I couldn't feel my fingers, which was really odd because it's like you almost forget how much proprioception you use in painting. Like, I guess without being able to feel, I couldn't tell if my paintbrush was touching the paper. I couldn't tell what was going on. I'd have to like look and be like, oh yeah, it is touching the paper. Oh yeah, I am still holding my brush. Dropped my brush a couple of times as well. What can you do? Ooh, Derwood, so in other news as to what is going on in the art world, Senalia have very quietly released their gouache, which they'd mentioned a little while back and then just never mentioned again, and now all of a sudden they are available in stores. So mine should arrive. You see what I was talking about? This has already started seeping underneath. I don't know if it's better to just have no tape. Yeah, it's already seeped underneath, so maybe I'll just have no tape. I feel like no tape is better than seeping tape. So mine will arrive tomorrow. I was trying to resist, but I got too curious. Hey Sharmak, how are you? Yes, I'm curious. Part of me is worried because I feel like their other gouache wasn't so great. Now, obviously, that is why they have reformulated it. So, you know, I guess that's a good sign. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I need a bigger brush than what I'm using. So I might got myself into this habit of using a brush that's much bigger than I need. Whoops. So I use this gigantic brush for now so that I can do a nice big wash. No, Derwood, the reference is black and white. It's not you. It's me. It is in black and white. I thought that it would be cool to kind of do it in black and white because then you have a better sense of tone and you can use the colors that you want. I was kind of curious to see what colors people would lean to or gravitate to. We did that as a challenge a while back. I don't know if you were a member at the time, but it was really interesting because despite the fact that the references were in black and white, a lot of our colors were really similar. Both similar to the reference that we didn't know the original colors to, and also similar to each other. No, I still haven't tried the Schminke gouache. It remains on my list of things to do rather imminently, to be honest, because I feel like I have been painting with gouache so much that it's a natural question. Hey Jana, by the way. So I really should, because yeah, people keep asking me and I genuinely don't have an answer. I'm wondering what color to make this boat, and I'm feeling like maybe I should use some yellow. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm also going to try to be even looser because I can just feel myself getting tighter. I kind of feel like I should have warmed up and I didn't. And I often don't warm up, so it's not even like I don't warm up, but I find that warming up helps me, and if I don't warm up, ultimately my first painting is equivalent to a warm up because it's not as good as my second. Does that make sense? I don't quite know what color I'm gonna do everything as of yet, but let's see. I'm also trying to resist my urge to use trying and failing to resist my urge to use Quin Nickel Azo Gold, because I use it a lot and it's got like a dip in it. But as you can see, my attempt has not been successful. Oh, Anne. But that's the thing, you have good ones. Jenna, have you tried the Schminke gouache? Do you like it? Derwood says, I love the Schminke gouache. Yeah, I have, like, literally I have them. It's just a question of, you know, I think the reason I haven't used it as much is that the other gouache I have in these, I've put metal, like this is a little metal plate so that it can attach to my magnets and my urban sketching setup, same as this one. But because I've put all of these in here, this is the first mistake I made where I put magnets. Magnets plus magnets repel themselves. So then I learnt the lesson. So this is like my Daniel Smith one, Winsor & Newton one, modified colours of Winsor & Newton, Winsor & Newton and Daniel Smith, Shinhan. So the ones that I've basically put in these, which look so cute, I use more often. So maybe I should just put my Schminke in there. I don't even think I have enough of them. I got the primaries in designer gouache and in artist gouache so that I could see what it was like. I feel like a bloom is developing here, which is annoying. Unintentional, but it is what it is. What I will do is dry this, because otherwise we'll be watching paint dry for a while. I'm going to mute myself as I do, and then I'll catch up on the comments. If you've asked a question and I've missed it, please just repeat it. I never ignore anyone. It is so cold that my paint won't dry. that's literally it. Like, parts of it are still wet, but what can I do? Jude, excellent question. Will I be doing live chat or a Facebook group for questions for the retreats? If so, how far in advance? Yeah, so I I won't do Facebook groups, only because I don't know how to use Facebook anymore, which seems wild. I used to use it all the time when I was a child, but now every time I go on it, I'm confused. So what I have done, it will probably be 2 months before the retreat. What I've done with the current members or the current people that are coming to the March retreat is I've created a Discord. So I sent an email with a guide that I've created with information about the accommodation, how to get there, what to pack, what to carry, information on how to dress, currency, all those kind of things. And then I also included the Discord link. I don't want to send it too early because, it will just, I prefer it to do it a little bit closer. So then at least people don't get overwhelmed and we have time. I hadn't done a live, but I can do a live for members, for people. I keep saying members, but I mean attendees, participants, artists who are coming to the art retreat. I can do that. But if you have questions, you can feel free to ask me. But yeah, I will do that, but a bit closer. So probably in April, basically, when I get back from the March retreat, I'll start setting up for the June retreat. Jude, we really are opposites. I can't even imagine being that organized for a retreat. The retreat that I went to with Tom, I got a last minute space. So I think I knew maybe like 2 weeks before the trip, something like that. I didn't even know where it was. I just kind of thought it would be nice to go. Booked it. Had I been to Devon before? No. But I did have an incredible time. Let's start adding some more detail. Yeah, I really did have an amazing time, but a lot of it was I had no idea. I guess I'm very much go with the flow. Though it's good to be balanced. Doing the guide was like, because I figured, not everyone will be quite as laissez-faire as me, and thus it would be helpful to get more information. So I did kind of create that with that in mind. But I haven't finished June's one, because in part also I wanted to, the March one is the first one. So I feel like I should do that one first, and then I'll find my feet a bit more. Does that make sense? You'd love to try this. Yeah, honestly, so I am excited to try it as well. My intention was to not get it, I can't lie. I was initially like, no, I don't need anything else. I'm good, I'm not gonna get it. But I quickly caved. I think it literally took I managed to resist the comments on Discord that were like the chat comments, but I think once we spoke on the phone, it was all bets are off, and I was too tempted, so I got them. I'm kind of it's actually quite interesting not having color. In my head, I feel like the boats are white, but then I didn't want to make them white. Now I'm wondering if I should have, but hey ho, here we are. Because I'm also wondering about whether I can have enough contrast, but maybe we'll see. Where did I get it in the UK? I got it from Cassart. They were selling a set of 10, I think. Oh, that's too dark. Yeah, they were selling a set of 10, so I bought it reluctantly, because I feel like if this arrives well without issue, and God knows I pray it does, this will be the first time I've ordered from Cassart without issue. And every time I tell myself I'm not going to buy from there again, I end up buying from there again, because they seem to have all the supplies early. Or not early, before Jackson's and Bromley's and other stores. So That's in part why I was trying to resist as well, because I was like, oh, I don't want to buy from them again. But I was weak. Yeah, I have, Mia. I've swatched them in 2 live streams. But the question is, where are the swatches? What sketchbooks were they in? Did you want to see the swatch? Is that why you're asking? That would be a reasonable assumption. Hold on, I'm checking. Would you number your sketchbooks by when you start them or when you finish? I'm just checking if it's this one. I don't think it is. It was looking promising, but it's not. It's not this one. This is the Poland one. Okay, so honestly, this code is like the best kind of peer pressure. Look how many of these sketchbooks I have. 4 of these are finished. Uh-oh. It's not in there, so hold on 1 second. I need to start labeling them or making them a different color so that I know. Okay, is it here? Yes, found it. Okay. Here it is. So, this is December 2025. It's made up of PG50 and PBR11. So what I did was swatched out Roman Szmal's Cobalt Green Light, which is PG50, and Roman Szmal's Aquarius Brown, which is PBR11, and I mixed it together here to see if I could recreate this. And then I did it again here. So this one, it's interesting because when I look at this, these look like they're the same. But this one was me making the mixture, and this one was December 2025 swatched out again, which looks slightly different to this. And it's because it's just granulating, so it granulates differently, and it depends on how much water you add and how exactly you mix it. But basically, this page was me comparing it. And then I was trying to see if there were other types of paint that was similar, because in my head I thought maybe it would be similar to Cascade Green. But as you can see, Cascade Green is very different to this. And this one is Christmas Tree Green, which is pretty much the same as Cascade Green, but with a scent that I can't smell. And then I thought Serpentine Genuine maybe, but that was completely different. So if I'm asked next time, I need to remember that it's the sketchbook that has the watercolor challenge that I did. And there's Sennelier swatches as well. But the watercolor challenge, if you remember and you're interested in watercolor, you want to learn about the basics and the essentials, be sure to check out the videos. I go through everything from water control to color to tone, and it's a fun series if I do say so myself. Kind of curious to see where this painting is going to go. Let's do like a little, should I do a little background here? Hey Boston! Oh, it's so nice to see you here. And Divine Diva D, you've only completed 2, so you think you're going in order. That makes sense. The thing for me is that I have multiple sketchbooks going at the same time, and so initially I wanted to like number them by when I start them, but now I'm thinking that perhaps I should number them by when I finish them, because like say for example the sketchbook that took me 4 years to finish is technically, I don't know, like number 4, number 5, but in that time I've maybe finished like 3 other sketchbooks. 4, 5, no, more than 3, maybe like 5 other sketchbooks. Hey Sherilyn, what are the lessons like? So it depends. It depends. So there are some gouache videos that are lessons based on the art challenges, which were the little landscapes, and then there are a few process videos for a few watercolor paintings. The watercolor challenge that I was just showing you through there, they are again lessons. They were more like exercises that I was giving to you and talking through them, and that is a 10-part video series. The gouache is a 7-part video series, and then the other videos are more like private vlogs, art studio times, trying different things. I don't tend to do that many tutorials, if I'm honest. Most of my videos are less about tutorials and more about either techniques or inspiration or catching you up, things like that. Doing sketchbook flip throughs or book flip throughs, or different, like, you know, we had an inspiration book series, things like that. And then in addition to that, we also do Zoom sessions and live streams, which are basically similar to what you're experiencing now, only that in a Zoom you can chat at the same time as well. But yeah, I think I'm not that into tutorials, as in like I don't watch tutorials, and thus I haven't done that many on my membership. I've done maybe 20, and which maybe for some is many, but also when I do them, my aim is to focus more on how you can apply it to your art practice, and I just show the step-by-step process as I talk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I hope that makes sense. What are they? Bao Hong sized with gelatin? Or Fabriano? Is Fabriano sized with gelatin? I don't think they are. You write the start. Yeah. So I don't mind writing the start and the end date, but part of me wanted to, like, again, maybe it's just because, you know, it's what I'm seeing, but part of me wanted to like date them on the outside, not date them, to number them on the outside, so I could kind of see them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to whatever number I get to. And that's how I started wondering how I should be numbering them. We'll see. It's probably not that deep at the moment. They're not numbered at all. They're just like banter, basically. Oh, is it? I'm surprised. Okay, what about Fabriano? I ask because I don't think it is. As in Artistico. I don't know. Is it? I don't think it is, because I think... So obviously this one is Fabriano Artistico that I'm painting on at the moment. It's the Etcher Perfect Sketchbook. And Etcher are vegan. Oh, okay, you have others on your list first. That makes sense. It's good to know that at least there are options. Yeah, but that's what... So it's like, oh... Which others are on your list? I'm curious. I'm curious if there's a difference in my painting experience. Because I like Bao Hong, I like Meaden. I do like Fabriano as well. I like Saunders. So I'm wondering... Hey Anne, did you miss anything? It depends. So we were talking about the la gouache, and we've been talking about gouache for a while, and some people are doing some decluttering, and what else is going on? We spoke about galleries. Someone was asking about like starter sets for beginners. What else? No, I didn't know that. Did I read about? Yeah. Etra is vegan. At least as of what's the date? Today. If you know, it feels crazy because it's like I say all these things and review all these things and whatever, but then obviously my videos go on and stay on, but things change. But yeah, as of today, as far as I know, Etra are vegan. Oh, you know what I realised? Got my thingy mixed up, haven't I? This should be lighter. Got my lighting the wrong way around. So this should be darker on here. I think they are sitting on sand in the reference as well, no? I haven't got when we did it as part of the challenge, I had the pictures in color and turned them black and white, so we had the right answer, so to speak. But this time I don't have that, so we will never know what colors these truly are. I think the boats are white. I can't see what other color would have such low tone. But for me, they are yellow or maybe red. Time will tell because I'm progressively getting darker and darker. Just picking up some of that extra paint. It's like I seem determined to make that area darker than it should be. This area here. Oh, your drawing is on the snow because it's frosty outside. Has anyone used Stonehenge 600 GSM or copper clip? I haven't, but has anyone else used and can share some light to Divine DVD? I think I'm going to make this whole boat a bit darker so that then, yeah. is now inadvertently starting to look like the shipwrecked boats that I was painting before. I kind of like it though. Bye, Terry. Thank you so much for staying. Just wondering if Agent XP. Hi, by the way, I really liked your message about my art. Thank you, Agent XP. It was really nice. It made my day. I was wondering if I've added pure. No, I haven't added pure PY150. It would be a really lovely addition. I think that is why I am running down. Like, can you see my most used color in this palette is nickel azure gold, which is PY150 and PR102. Followed by magenta intense, followed by ultramarine. Nothing if not consistent, you know? Consistently using up the same colors all the time. So yeah, so it's working fine for me. I think in part because I'm also using the Hansa yellow medium to make like some of the brighter yellows. Would I prefer nickel azure yellow? Yeah, of course. But for now, it works fine. And that's the thing, I feel like in my palette I either need to have nickel azure yellow or quin gold, or like a quin gold-esque color, you know what I mean, in order for me to fully enjoy the palette. Otherwise it's just not the same. So the quin gold fills that need for me. What I've done here is very odd, but hopefully as it dries it will work. Here's my rationale, my thought process. I want more contrast, more energy, you know, like that meme. And I wanted like a light area and a dark area. And the reason I said it was odd is because I made it purple when I think blue would work a bit better. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like when it dries. And I just feel a bit tight. And I think you remember how I was saying that if I don't do a warm-up, my first painting ends up being my warm-up. I think that's basically what we are witnessing here. What I'm going to do is pick up some paint here with this brush. That's the nice thing about painting on 100% cotton. You can do things like work and rework. Of course, it then means that you run the risk of overworking your paintings because you are manipulating the watercolor more than you should. Not should in like a rules way, but should as in like, you know, you fiddle and then it's not as good. Stonehenge wise, I've tried the hot press 300 GSM watercolor block, not a fan. Water absorbs in seconds. Yeah, like hot press does tend to dry quicker, so it is a hot press thing. I don't know if Stonehenge dries quicker than other hot press, but it is a hot press thing. Agent XP, I got Schminke Quin Gold for my birthday and I'm loving it at the moment. Oh, that's so good. It's just such a lovely color. Like Queen Gold, I feel like in most brands I will like, they do vary quite a lot from brand to brand, but for the most part they do knock it out of the park with it. So it's just a really nice color. Okay, I'm gonna dry this. Lynn, I'm excited for you. Whoopsie, that's me hitting my heating by accident. Sorry, it's just so cold. What watercolor soluble crayons would I recommend? I only have one set of watercolor soluble crayons, and those are the Neocolor 2s that I have used and I have enjoyed. I have tried buying art philosophy ones in the past. I didn't like them. They crumbled quite a lot on me. I did make a video sharing the process of like painting with them, and like I wouldn't say it's a review per se, because honestly I didn't keep it long enough to do a review. I just wasn't enjoying it. I didn't want to keep it, and I didn't want to use up so much that I couldn't return it. So I just kind of unboxed it, excited, thinking that I am, thinking that it was going to be like an amazing thing that I was going to love. Didn't love it, and then still recorded the process and returned it. But the whole point, like, I don't tend to do reviews often because I don't really enjoy them. And also I kind of feel like everyone's so subjective, I can't say something is rubbish versus something is good or whatever. It all depends on what kind of art you want to create and how you enjoy painting and what you already have that can complement it. So I feel like it's quite tricky to just say like, yeah, this is the best or this is the worst or whatnot. So what I did was just showed the process of like, these are the pros and these are the cons. I don't like it for these reasons, but if you like X, Y, and Z, then you will like it. But I don't know if anyone else has tried, like, I know Lyra have some water soluble crayons, but has anyone else tried any others that they might recommend or say no to? Yeah, Anne says same thing. Love Neocolor 2s. Really, I've tried Stonehenge cold press, SR6 says, and it felt weirdly delicate, as in any erasing whatsoever, even gentle, ruined the texture of the paper. That's the thing, some papers are quite sensitive. It's a bit odd for cellulose paper to be that sensitive. Like, the whole part of the point or part of the benefit of it is supposed to be that they are, quite robust. But I haven't tried it, to be honest. There's just so many different things, so many things to try, so little time, I feel like I could paint all day and I still wouldn't even scratch the surface of what is out there and the possibilities. Hey Shauna, welcome. Neocolor 2, Tim Holtz water soluble crayons are fun. Da Vinci has water soluble crayons as well. I didn't know that. I did not know that about Da Vinci. Hey Wildflower. It's interesting with this because although I've made it dark, it got significantly lighter as it dried, as we would expect with watercolor, and now, like, tone wise, it's not even really that dark. And I wanted it darker so that I could almost like create contrast here. Feels like a good example of like colors can be dark and still transparent because you can still see the colors underneath. Oh, okay, I understand, Dawood. Da Vinci used their watercolor crayons like Daniel Smith's watercolor sticks. Progressively getting darker and darker and darker. Fly me to the moon. I love that we can be like, oh, I'm wondering about this, or I need this, and like it's almost like we have a art supply network, and you can quickly find out which ones are good, which ones we wouldn't recommend, where you can get it from, where it's cheaper, where it's expensive. I have saved and spent a lot of money as a result of it, and I am eternally grateful. Shauna, I know by last week retail therapy costs more than an appointment with my counsellor. Oh my gosh, I can imagine. I hope you're feeling better and that you enjoy everything that you bought. Gosh, the retail therapy is real. Like the number of times, and I never used to. I don't feel like I used to do it before. I just never really thought it was like an option, and then yeah, once I started, it became hard not to. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Divine Diva D. My use of color is so striking. Thank you. It's funny because, yeah, part of me wonders what the true colors are, but I feel like it's white boats, yellow sand, maybe a bit of sea in the background actually, which I haven't added. But it's nice to like use this as inspiration, but also kind of have freedom to do what we want. And I feel like, whoops, it's so funny because I was going to say I feel like I don't have enough water, and then I just dumped a whole bunch of water onto the painting. But what I was trying to say is that I kind of felt like I didn't have enough water, and so that's why I was adding more, just so that they can be, I don't know, a bit more motion and let the watercolor kind of do its own thing. Sometimes it feels like I have a bit too much control, you know. And sometimes I want control, but other times I just want the watercolor to do its own thing. And I feel like that's when some of the more interesting aspects of it happen. And I don't know. There we go. More energy. Thank you, Boston. Let's see, let's add more details in the back and see. So it has like this little thingy thing here. And I've pretty much used 4 colors for this. Oh no, 5 if I include the little bit of green. Oh no, actually, okay, I've used more colors. The primary, like the boats have been primarily 3 colors, and then I've got like misty morning in the sky and autumn green in the foliage in the back. But it's funny because I can have all these colors, but still you can, utilize a limited palette when you're doing the paintings and kind of see how it goes. I feel like the colors in this palette really complement each other well. Divine Diva D, you just realised they're on sand too. Yeah, they were always on sand, no? I wasn't painting yellow water. I'm wondering if I should put the stripes. No, I'm not going to. Let me take the win. I feel like I won't put all the stripes, but maybe I'll just put one. Yeah, one stripe there. There we go. So we have some detail. But not a crazy amount of detail. And then I'll put some more thing here. Yeah, part of me is like, I've been painting a lot more recently, and I think in part is because I'm feeling more inspired and I'm having fun. Well, actually, initially with because I normally do 1 to 2 Zooms a month, but this month I am doing 3, and I think in part it was just that, January feels like it's 84 weeks long, and so I thought it would be nice for us to paint together a bit more during the longest month of the year. But also part of me is like, oh, the retreat is coming up. I need to paint more so that, I keep my skills sharp. Ooh, your boats are cobalt blue light and benzimidazole orange. That would be really nice. As in, I'm sure it's like even the mixture together is like you've done complementary colours in a way. If you're happy to share, of course, I'd love to see on Discord. You've probably finished. You're so fast. I will just add a few more details and then I will be done. I like to add the details at the very end. So that's what I'm doing now. So as in I almost like the painting to feel complete, and then I start adding the details, which makes it seem even better. Does that make sense? Wildflower, January feels forever this year. It really does. It's so weird because I was talking to my sister about it and I was like, it feels both really long and really short. Like in my head, I can't believe that we're over 3 weeks into 2026, and yet I can't believe it's still January. It's like, oh wow. So that's what I mean. It feels slow and fast. You know what I'm going to do here, actually? The opposite of what I just did. And I'm going to lift that. And, whoopsie, maybe lift a little bit here as well. If I could. So dark and wet. I know exactly. It's like, oh. January is like a year long. It's yeah, it's long. It's long, but it's almost done. And that's the thing. It also, for me, definitely also feels fast because it's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be February. Like we're a full month in into 2026. We're exiting the time where it's acceptable to still put the wrong date, you know? Obviously, I'm teasing. If you are still putting the wrong date, I understand. Yeah, so it's very interesting. So yeah, so I've been painting lots, and I think it's in part the retreat coming up and like being excited for it and wanting to keep my skills sharp, and then it's also just getting to meet up and paint. Can't really host a painting session and not paint now, can I? The thing is, I do feel like if I couldn't, like if I didn't have it in me, everyone would be quite understanding. I facilitate, I bring the references, I, you know, come up with the theme and things like that. But that doesn't happen. I just feel very inspired by everyone. Whoopsie. I feel like I've made so many happy accident mistakes in this painting that it's wild. Actually wild. But still we persevere, you know? I've got a swatch of it that I can show you in a second. Oh, Shauna. We're almost there. We're almost there, but a few days left, which kind of scares me because I haven't sorted out my taxes yet. But a few days left, and then we will be in February. And then, my gosh, we'll be in March. And that is when I am, doing my art retreat. And my birthday. And lots of people's birthdays, actually. Quite a few of us are March babies. Do you think it's like a thing? Like, why is that? Thank you so much, Wildflower. Honestly, like I said, when I do lives, I never really know where it's going. So it does feel like an act of faith on both parts. You for watching, because you have no idea whether this is going to turn out good. And me for doing this publicly, again, with no idea whether this is going to turn out good. It was very much like a trust the process kind of thing. Whoops. At this point, I should just stop saying whoops and just... Oh my gosh. What is going on? And just act as if I meant for the wires to be so gigantic. Hey, thank you for all the hearts. That's really sweet. Oh, thank you, Anne. No, it's you guys that inspire me. I tell you. I love it though. Hey, Bina. I hadn't even thought about it like that. You know what? Like, I was maybe definitely too old before I realized that I'm a winter baby. All this time I thought I was born in spring. And then maybe like what, 2 years ago, I realized, no way, I'm a winter baby. I do feel like maybe I should have, believe it or not, used more colours. I'm like, oh, I'm out here trying to show you the palette, and I have just used a few colours. But the heart wants what the heart wants, you know? You know what I mean? I don't know if my contrast quite makes sense, and I feel like I'm making this way too dark. Someone asked me, sorry, I saw the question but I didn't it's like my brain read it but my lips didn't answer, whether I use acrylic on top of my watercolors. I don't tend to, not because I have anything against it, I just yeah, I don't know, I just haven't really done that. Never say never. I was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I was quite tempted. I was looking at I feel like I'm always oversharing, but I was looking at paint pens, right? And I was looking at paint pens because I saw one of the many videos showing the Artex acrylic markers, and I was like, they look cool, but I've seen like 1,000,001 ads, and I didn't want to. Yeah, I'm a Pisces. I didn't want to give in to the marketing. That's literally what I was like. I was like, they look good. I've seen it like so many times. It's the same set everywhere. I don't want to give in to the marketing because I wonder, like, if I hadn't seen it 1,000,001 times online, would I buy it? So then I started looking for alternative acrylic markers, just because I thought they would be nice to add details and to work on top, and that's kind of how the artist was using it in terms of like in mixed media. And so I was looking at like Thule art, but they don't quite have the nibs I wanted. Poscas, of course, I have. Sorry for all the noise, my knees are hurting, I think because it's so cold. Oh, I want to see that. I guess I'll have to see it afterwards. You bought there's nothing wrong with the Artex, as in like I am tempted. I am genuinely tempted, and I'm like, I can't do it, I won't do it. I don't know, like a random stubbornness that that is literally like, I don't know, just me. Anyway, so I was like, I'm not going to buy them, I'm going to look for alternatives, and I couldn't, and I spent like, I don't know, half an hour looking for alternatives. I couldn't really think of any, I couldn't really find any, so in the end I gave up and didn't buy any of the markers and told myself I have enough. So I think in part there's multiple reasons as to, I'm going to mute myself, multiple reasons as to why I don't add acrylic pens. For the most part is that the ones that I don't have like a wide color range. I have like a few. I have white, I have this Liquitex pink, I have like the Posca thing, but I don't have like the sets. I do have like this, for example, but they're like chunky and were more designed, or I got them with creating abstract art in mind. But yeah, that's the very long-winded answer. Back again. Okay, let's add a few details. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, they probably would, but then I'm like, I'd rather just buy them than, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting, I feel I don't want to add. They have enough marketing, basically. So I don't want to add my videos to it. And I think they should pay artists for the videos, and they're not. So, I'm being stubborn for no reason. I'm out here fighting a battle that no one, it's not even like they know I exist. And I'm here like, oh, I won't do it. But yeah, no, I was thinking about it because I want to add like a little label. I'm just wondering where I should. Maybe I'll just add it here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give in at some point, but today is not that day unless you guys tempt me too much and I end up doing it. So maybe today is the day. Maybe today is the day. Who knows? Time will tell. But yeah, I can't remember who asked me about whether I use acrylics on my watercolors. And my question to you is, do you? Or why did you ask me that? Did you think that acrylics would work nicely on top of this piece, for example? So many rabbit holes. Oh, Lynn, I got it from Amazon. Whichever video you saw, like I did a video talking about my urban sketching setup maybe like 3 months ago or 2 months ago. Sorry, in that video I link it. It's funny, but you know, the thing with painting so much now and just creating art in general is that I look at everything and I think about like, how can I use that as an art material? How can I use that in my art practice? Like, you know, ceramic plates, great for paint palettes and fractions of the cost. What's it called? Toothpaste squeezers are great paint tube squeezers and about 1/5 of the price. That bottle was also a very, very great find for me. I basically wanted a bottle with a big mouth so that I could put my brush inside it. But I wanted it to also be collapsible so I don't have to carry it once it's empty, but also I wanted it to be a bottle as opposed to a cup so that I can actually carry water with me rather than carry a water bottle, carry a cup, then figure out where to get rid of the water. And you know, where is it? But yeah, it's linked on that video. Is this, so it's got a big mouth, and then I stuck that metal plate that I showed you earlier here. There's something like 50p, but then that means that now it can stick onto my magnets in the setup. Let me know if you don't find it, Lynn. Sure, you're doing fly me to the moon. I don't even know the rest of the words. And I don't know, there's something about being live. I feel like I sing that live a lot and I don't know why. You looked on Amazon US and you can't find it. Did you try and use the link, Anne? Mine should redirect you to Amazon US to like the equivalent. Oh, right, I see. Divine D, it was you who asked. I thought that the lighter value accents could go on top with acrylic. That's a very good point, but and I agree. Acrylic would work, but also opaque watercolor will work, as will gouache. But yeah, acrylic would work nicely. I'm just going to mute myself as I dry these layers. Thank you, Derward. I've made a note of what you just said. It's super helpful. I don't know what I would change them to. I do feel like shocker, nickel as a yellow would be a nice addition, but also I appreciate that it would be nice to have a cool yellow that is light fast. I also would like Shabish Grey, but I'm biased. Oh, Wildflower, get well soon. I hope your knee's okay. Oh my gosh, Shauna, you guys. Oh, I'm sure laughter is good for the soul. I need a massage. You know what? I was operating on Wednesday and there was something wrong with the bed, which meant that the bed was too high. And so I'm kind of like operating like this. And I mean, I can look to the side, so I guess it's fine. But you know, like, I feel like I have knots. I feel like I need, it's not a feeling. I have knots. I haven't got a full range of motion. And I feel like I need a really good deep massage, like, you know, the type that it's going to hurt but afterwards I'll be able to like move better. I need to like book one. Is anyone here Canadian? Are you Canadian, a watercolorist? Actually, don't answer that. I feel like you've never said where you are. And I would be shocked if you're in Canada, because I'm pretty sure that wouldn't line up with your pastime differences. Oh, Kathy, My Own Productions, Shauna, loads of people from Canada. Now, there's not usually people from the UK. Fair enough, I go live at ridiculous o'clock, but if someone is watching from the UK, even if it's on the replay, feel free to let me know, because I'm curious. I'm curious. The vast majority of people are from the US, and then it's the UK, to be fair, and then it's Canada, then it's Germany, and then who's the fifth? I can't remember. Agent XP, no way, really? I had no idea. That feels wild. Because it feels like, you know what, maybe one day we'll meet. We're not that far. I feel like last year really showed me that the UK is smaller than I thought, and I can actually travel around. But I can't believe it. We've been chatting for years and I didn't know you were in the UK. Jodie, you're in Australia, US. Yeah, it's both sides. I can't. Denmark. Wow, there's so many people from everywhere. Seattle, Virginia. House hippo. What do you mean? Oh. What's a domesticated hippo? It must be really late for you, Linda. Australia, Jude. Yeah, Jude, here's a question. I don't know what the time is in Australia, where you are at the moment, but is like this a good time for you? Because, you know, we were... you'd kind of mentioned like the times that I do, and most of the time I do them in the evenings because it works for Europe and US. But what time works for Australia? That would be really cool, Anne. I will... House hippo. Am I here in May? I'm here most of May. I have quite a few travels, quite a few travels booked again this year. Or not, maybe it's not a few, but they're longer. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to do that little rope that we have here. And put in some dark colour and some more dark colour. In the Pacific Northwest, I would be down for it's funny because there was a time I was like, oh yeah, sure, how hard could it be? I could come and do a retreat. And people were like, because I don't watch much of the news, you see. So, but I mean, I will come back to the US one day, and I would love to do a retreat. My only thing is that the US is so big, so massive, that everyone's so spread out that and I feel like I'm so bad at geography, I wouldn't really know where to go. I keep hearing Seattle, and I know they have Sketcherfest, so I was thinking maybe I will go there for Sketcherfest one year and see. And then I know a few members are there. That by the sounds of it is near the Pacific Northwest. Don't judge me for my lack of understanding of geography. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. And people were like, who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna let her know? I honestly have no idea what a domesticated hippo is, or why everyone else seems to know. Okay, let's do a few final lines, a few details. And then I can call it a day. I'm trying to not overdo it with the thingies, but I kind of feel, I don't know, what do we think? I feel like I'm done. It feels like one I need to look at in the morning and be like, do I like it? Do I not like it? I feel like I like it. I like it close up. I like some of the details, like the granulation underneath that and the details on here. Part of me wants to make it darker, and the other part of me is like, it's dark enough. You have to stop. Stop it. Toronto. As long as it's not freezing cold, I'm down. I can't handle the winter that Canadians seem to be acting like it's fine. I don't know how it's even compatible with things just functioning. I don't know how you guys are doing it. It would have to be like somewhat warm. Oh, Cheska, you're in London. Well, I guess it's in the name. You're in London too. You were going to bed when you saw the palette, and I got you hooked. I will be going to bed soon too. Part of me, as per every live, just wants to stay on. Yeah, but you know, it's important to have a good sleep pattern. I'm going to make some swatches of the colors that I used here. So yeah, so I'm trying to, and the thing is, if I end after live streams, I'm so, I don't know, is the word joyful, hyper, you know, that I can't fall asleep straight away. So if I end the live stream now, I'll fall asleep maybe in an hour or two, which is why I shouldn't stay much later. But as I'm doing, every time that I'm doing live streams, am I not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this all day? who needs sleep or to go out or do anything else when you can just hang out and paint with your art friends as you talk about palettes and pigments and colors that you would swap in and swap out, which was actually quite helpful. Because, confession, I have 2 essential palettes, so I could leave one as is and modify the other, or maybe I'll leave them as is. I don't know. I wish, like, you know, I hate these you know, these metal things. I know I can take them out, but what I don't understand is why the space in between isn't, oh, maybe it's because it's for a brush, but I don't understand why it's not big enough to put another row in the middle, because then that's what I would do, and that would just solve everything. Because I could add my absolute favorites to it as well. It's so funny. My most used colors here are Nickel Azure Gold, which I've used up maybe like a third of, Quin Magenta Intense, Ultramarine Blue Intense, Autumn Green, and Cobalt Sea Blue. Ooh, and Mummy Transparent Red is really getting used up as well. I'm going to do this swatch here because it is ultramarine blue, but I also want to do a swatch of the mixture, which that I keep using, ultramarine blue and Quin Magenta Intense. So it's technically a purple, but depending on which way I am moving it, it's sometimes purple-ish, sometimes it's pinkish. And if I add a little bit of that Quin Gold, then it starts, Nickel Azure Gold, sorry, then it starts heading towards like brown rustish kind of colour. Sketches and Scrubs, you know my trick. Buy a White Knight 35 palette tin from Art Miranda, take the frame out and replace it with a Roma Szmal tin and get the 35 colours. Oh, what do you mean? As in, like, you're putting the is it the metal frame from the White Knights that you're putting into the Roma Szmal? Yeah, I think so. I don't know why it's just not done. Like, there's so much. What am I doing with this space here and here? And you know, no shade to Roma Szmal. It's not just them. It's everyone. And I don't know why. The only ones who... Wait, is it... I feel like the only ones who do it right are... What? Is it Rosa? I feel like Rosa do it right. Hold on. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not as much space. Like, I can't put their full pans in here, but I can put half pans along the middle. Is that too much to ask for? Wildflower says, I have a palette where I did take out the trays and used magnets on the uneven bottom. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. I mean, I could take out the trays and put a sheet of, like, a magnet sheet down, but I just don't want to have to. Sorry for all the noise that I am making. I'm getting paint under my nails. Oh no. Oh no, I'm making it worse. My nail's green now. That's really helpful. Oh, Agent XP, happy belated birthday. Got the pretty in pink. Quite a few people got the pretty in pink. Like, even Sonia, I think, got it for me. I think that was Christmas, not her birthday. I think Durwood's got it as well. Okay, the metal, it has 5 rows. That is good to know. That is really, really good to know. Thank you. Aren't the gaps meant to make it easier? I don't think so. To swap in and out, because this middle one doesn't, like, these two don't have a gap between them. Like here it's easier, but I don't know, I just feel like there's enough space for all of these to be separated and have a row in between. There's definitely enough space, like in the palette itself. But that's just me. That's just me. And like I say, it just seems to be how like standard palettes are made. I don't know why. Apart from White Nights and Rosa Gallery, apparently. So I wanted to add, I have Misty Morning here as well, that I used a little bit in the sky. And then I also have Cobalt Sea Blue that I used in the sky. And then there's also Autumn Green. And then that's it, you know, that's the limited palette. I don't know, at what point did we leave limited palette? Is this still legitimately limited? It's 7 colors, so it's not like I went absolute. Oh no, wait, I forgot I feel like I used the transparent red, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Jan birthday. You know what, Asian XP, at least you have stuff to look forward to in Jan. Think about the rest of us. All we have is, I don't know. No, it's fine. January hasn't been that bad. It's been a long month, but I've really been enjoying painting. Like honestly, I didn't know I'd painted so much. But it's because of all the sessions we've been doing together. Yes, Rosa does do it. And I remember like when I got it, that was the first thing I'd noticed. I was like, oh my God, could it be that you can fit inside? Oh, that's so cool. I'm looking forward to La Gouache, Dawood, and seeing what it looks like. Hey, Christine, don't worry. The replay will be up. Although, okay, here's the thing, right? Slightly unrelated, slightly related. How many? I hope. Hold on. Before I say like we're all friends here, and I start oversharing. So part of me is feeling unmotivated with YouTube, and it doesn't feel extreme enough to call it burnout. I don't even want to say the word, you know, for the forbidden B word. It's not burnout, but it's like just not motivated and not inspired and not great. I've definitely felt worse about YouTube before, which is why it feels odd, because it feels like, well, I don't feel that bad about it, so I've definitely felt worse, so I should just like suck it up and make videos. But also I kind of told myself that until I wanted to and until I missed it, I wouldn't. And it was something that I thought would maybe last a week, and it's been a month, and I can't bring myself to do it. And then I thought about like writing a post to kind of say like, hey, I'm taking a break, but then I also didn't want to make it that official. And last time I did it, oh my gosh, some people, the vast majority of this community is very kind and considerate and just sweet and loving and just honestly the best that humanity has to offer. And there are a few minority that sometimes aren't always like that. So they were like, how dare you leave? You're so selfish. You forgot we got you to it. Like just stupid comments like that. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing any announcement again. I'm not doing any announcement again. But what I would appreciate is, I guess, I don't know, it's not a lack of ideas, because I have ideas, but I'm just not feeling that inspired by them at the moment. And I'm like waiting to see what ideas or what thing inspires me to start creating again. How did I get onto this? Why did I get onto this? It must have been, was it a comment? Oh, yes. the replays. So then the other I think it's multifaceted, because I think there's a number of different reasons. But part of me is also wondering what to do with the live streams, because doing live streams on my channel doesn't help the channel. It's not good for the channel on the long term, like, as in, like, when I do live streams, they don't get as many views, which is fine. That's interpreted as not that many people want to watch the channel, so the rest of the videos don't tend to do as well. And then the rest of the channel tends to suffer. The more live streams I do, the more the channel suffers. And I know it, but I enjoy it. And how else am I going to chat with you? So I still do the live streams. But I'm just wondering whether I should leave the replays on, basically. Or should I, if I remove the replays, it won't affect the algorithm side of things, because there won't be any video to kind of drag it down afterwards, if that makes sense. So part of me was wondering whether I should remove the replays, like come live, once it's gone, maybe I just put the replays in the membership, even if it's the free side of the membership. As long as it's not public, it doesn't affect the rest of the analytics. That's part of it. And then the other part of it is, I don't know, like I say, I'm not feeling as bad as I was about it in the past. And I kind of looked back on last year and the year before. It seems to be a thing, like December, January, February, I don't tend to make as many videos as the rest of the year. And then I think as I get more in the summer, I just feel more inspired and there's just more to do, and so I create more. And part of me is like, okay, maybe I just shouldn't force it and I should wait, and then with time it will come back. As in, like, the desire and the motivation, it just feels like a lot of effort. So I don't know. Yeah, Agent XP, a lot of streamers have a second YouTube channel for their replays, so it doesn't hit their main channel. That's one thing that I could do. That's a good idea. I know Christy does that as well. Maybe I need more light. Yeah, maybe. I don't think, well, that's the thing, because it's not like in general, like, I definitely have more energy and more joy in the summer, but that's not, like, with YouTube, I think, like, every time so say for example, if I look back, I think I did like 100 videos last year. I think I just do too much. I do too many, and then it, like, yeah, I think I've just do too many, and then the feeling goes. But then I also think, like I said, there's multiple things. Yeah, I think there's multiple things. Like, I was sick last year, had, financial issues last year. Like, there's plenty of, like, life be life in, basically all the time. So I don't know. So I think that had impacted. And then I also think that, I don't know, I feel like I've seen it all before. I feel like I'm seeing the same things and I don't want to create the same things over and over. Do you know what I mean? So that was why I started doing, like, that's why I did the palette that we all put together. That's why I did the top 10 colors as voted by you, even though it was 300 votes, or it felt worth it because it was something a bit different, a bit interesting. I was curious. That's why I did the artist confessions. That's why I did the, like, art retreat videos. Like, I was doing different videos basically. Sketches and lives can be a lifestyle blog, also emergency medicine channel. Enjoy your class, David. Maybe I should just do a second channel and kind of see and keep doing live streams on there. Part of me, I don't know if it's valid or not, part of me is, like, worried that if I stop, I feel like I'll just damage the channel forever. That's literally what it feels like. Like, oh, if I stop making videos, then I will cause some harm to the channel that can't recover and no one will see my videos again. And then on the same time, I also think, well, if that is the case, then how I can't do this forever. Like, make a video a week forever. forever, forever, ever. So if it's not sustainable, when will I stop? I don't know. Maybe I feel like I should stop doing live streams in the middle of the night because I think I definitely overshare. um, yeah. Yeah, so I've been doing a few shorts, but shorts are a different audience altogether. So it's different. I don't know. I feel like what I basically need is to feel inspired. I feel like I need to feel inspired to create videos. I need to have enough inspiration to do the editing, to spend 10 to 20 hours making a video. Um, yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I just keep thinking, like, I have a list of maybe 50 videos that I want to make or feel like I need to make. And I haven't made them because I didn't want to force it. Basically, I was like, oh, I don't want to do it come what may. But I don't know. I'm probably going to give myself the time to kind of like not force it and see what happens. And if it takes too long and the feeling doesn't come back, then I'll try the other strategy and just do it anyway. You know, like when you like knuckle down basically and do it regardless of how I'm feeling and kind of see if like the adage or the saying that inspiration will find you, but it has to find you working, that kind of thing. Oh, Christine, thank you. Well, that's the thing. My intention is not to disappear. That's how, like, part of me is like, I love the community. I just don't know how I can have the community and stay with the community without without so much. If it was, I almost wish that it was a thing of like, oh, if you told me like, oh yeah, once I hit 500 videos, then my videos will just always be out there cycling and we'll always be able to stay in touch and I can do live streams and it wouldn't impact the channel negatively and things like that, then I would knuckle down and I would make those 50 videos and finish it. But I've made 450 videos and it sometimes feels like a hamster wheel. Like you can't stop and you can't come off and yeah, I don't know. I kept feeling like things, like the ideas I had were boring and I was going to waste your time. And I didn't want to do that, so I just didn't make it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't want to pay for an editor. I'm literally like, I can't put my time and more money into this. I don't know. I need to sit down. I need to pray about it. I need to think about it. And then I need to figure out. But also part of me is just thinking I'll wait it out maybe and see what happens. And if like say March, April or even May time I start feeling inspired again, then I do know that there's an element of the seasons in it. And I know that I just need to prep in summer for winter, basically. Yeah. Do it live and then edit afterwards. Yeah. I did do that for the video might actually come up. There's a live stream that I did last time that was the like autumn art haul. So I edited that down afterwards. So there's the full replay and then I shortened it with the swatches. Initially my plan was to actually re-record and swatch and everything, but then I just couldn't do it. So we'll see. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like you guys always let me get things off my chest, and I also feel bad that I'm getting it off my chest because everybody has problems and this is not a real issue, but that's what's going on behind the scenes. And it feels odd because I've definitely come a lot closer to quitting before this. I don't feel as bad as I did in the past. I kind of feel like, I guess, reflective. Where is this going? Where is this going? Ooh, you just booked one for me. I have booked a few trips, and that's the thing. Maybe it is. Last year, I didn't make any videos in January, and I started making videos again in mid-February when I did that 5-day, the finish the sketchbook in a day challenge. Maybe I'll do that again this February. And then from there, I did a few videos, and I I think I was definitely closer to quitting last year than I am now. And the year before. And yeah, and I feel like 2023 almost called it quits. And last year I was like, what is this? What am I doing? I have no time, I have no energy, I'm sick all the time. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm enjoying painting. Thank God. Thankfully, I am really enjoying painting. I was showing you guys this earlier. So, oopsie. Let me put this thing. So I am enjoying painting. It's the YouTube side of things. I enjoy the community aspect of YouTube, but I don't know. If you guys have ideas, things that you're curious about, let me know. I do, but it doesn't feel like an idea issue because I have ideas. Maybe I need to just start doing them and then I'll get excited as I'm doing it. Maybe it's like going to the gym, like you don't want to go before, but when you get there, you enjoy it. So I'm told. Oh, you really enjoyed it too, Agent XP. That's so good. Wildflower as well was saying I should try and do that. Yeah, honestly, I think I just need to travel more during winter. But it's not, I don't know, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not as happy during winter as I am the rest of the year, but it's not a winter thing because I was definitely in May last year. In April, was it April or May? Last year, I don't know, I felt really bad about it. Like, really, really bad. Not really bad. This sounds like, oh my gosh, I was traumatized. Nothing like that. I just wasn't feeling that positive. Whereas now I don't know where it's going. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shauna. I've been trying to do more painting in my own time unrecorded. This is one of them. I haven't taken off the tape because I don't know if it's finished yet. Part of me feels like I did it in one sitting, it's finished, leave it like this even if it has got that unfinished element. The other part of me wants to make it darker, wants to have more contrast, that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens. I think I might take it off, call it a day, and maybe experiment with having a darker contrast by painting it again and maybe painting it smaller. So because this took a while. This is like very big for me. It's all gouache, like all this is because all of you have inspired me to go back to painting with gouache, which is great. But I am also now inspired to go back to painting with watercolor. Now, yes, I hope. No, yeah, so I'm inspired from an art point of view. I'm just not inspired from a YouTube point of view. I think. Not now. But we'll see. We'll see because, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if my brothers could just edit, I would just tell them to edit for me. And maybe that would help. I don't know, it's a phase. I feel like I need to start journaling before I do live streams so that I don't keep unloading onto you. Because as far as issues go, it's really not an issue. But I don't know, I also didn't know if people were wondering why I wasn't posting. And this is why. And yes, so that was what led down this rabbit hole. Intense. Whether I'm leaving replays up or not. For now, yes, and if I do remove them, I'll let you know. And I would probably just put them, like, even if I put them on my membership, it would be free. It just would not impact the rest of the channel. Misty morning. We've been redoing the Fruitapaloozas in the new sketchbook and timing them. I'm impressed. I need to do more time studies. Yeah, I know. I definitely. Do you know what it is, Agent XP? I know you guys. Like, oh, okay. I know. Maybe it's not the same as like fully knowing someone, but like, I recognize you. We've been talking for years, so it feels like we know each other in a way. Fruitapalooza sounds like a cocktail. It's from the. I mean, it's a great name. I really enjoy this. Part of me is like, I want to paint more fruits. I think so. Tomorrow, which is technically today now, we have another Zoom session, and this one is going to be a bring your own art projects kind of Zoom. So not one where I am. The first one we did, I put the references and everyone could see the references and paint on their own. The second one that I did, I had the references up and I was also sharing my process so that if you wanted to watch it back, you could. And the third one is just going to be that we do our own thing because it's a bonus one. Wildflower, you enjoy tutorials. Yeah, keep the ideas coming. I'm curious. I mean, happy to share the ideas that I had. Maybe it will seem like a little bit of slightly longer projects in the sense that, say for example, the urban sketching palette by Szmal, I wanted to do like, okay, I don't know if I'm probably not going to do this because it takes me forever, but I wanted to do like a little series of just painting with that palette, so that in looking, or like a sketchbook made purely with that palette, so that when you look through it, so instead of it just being like, this is one painting that I did and it's done, the whole book would be a representation of the art that you can make and like the colors that you can mix using that one palette. Does that make sense? And initially I thought I'd start with the urban sketching palette because it's 8 colors, but then I could make so that's one video. Then the other one was like, I would just look through all the colors and make my ultimate Szmal palette and design it myself, because you know, sometimes you just got to do these things yourself. And then I wanted to do, so we did an inspiration book Zoom session and the replay is available for members, but I wanted to do that as an edited video so that everyone could kind of see it and make their own and modify it. And it's been really great to see the way that everyone has been using it. So I wanted to do that. Wanted to do a dopamine menu video. Also wanted to try and do like an analog video, a recap video, favorite art supplies of 2025. I also wanted to do, I've been tracking in a in a gentle way the art that I've been creating, and I wanted to kind of share the 3 different ways that I've been doing that, in case that's something that you also want to do. The list is long. I have some deep light watercolors that I need to share. I have some Arca watercolors that I need to share. I have Koval sketchbooks that I need to paint with. I went down a rabbit hole of doing some gel printing, so I wanted to share some of that. I started doing some acrylic painting, so I wanted to share some of that. The list is long. I don't know, maybe what I'll do is like, I've been enjoying video formats that are like studio chats, almost similar to what we're doing now, but not 2 hours long. Instead they are like 20-30 minutes and I'm just showing like little snippets. I've been doing this video series in my membership. I haven't done it every month, but I've done it for 2 or 3 months, where I call them studio snippets, and I basically come in every few days during the month and kind of say, like, for example, it would be like, hey, I'm painting this and this is what I'm thinking about and this is what I'm trying and this is what I'm experimenting. And then another one might be that I come back and I'm like painting in real time and I speed it up, or random ideas, random projects, things that inspire me, just literally snippets of my time from the studio, and then I put it all together so that I get an overview of the month, as do you. And rather than it being last week I did X, Y, and Z, it's like today I'm doing this, then the next day, hi, I'm back, so on and so forth. So maybe I could do something like that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm obviously, it is what it is. Good night, watercolorist. Sweet dreams. Thank you, Luthien. You're kind. You're all kind. Honestly, I'm so lucky. And that's the thing, I don't take you for granted, nor do I want to lose you, which is why I'm like, I need to suck it up and just make videos. Anything involving limited palettes or favorites are my favorite. Yeah, I really enjoy favorite videos, which is why, and I kind of feel like maybe that would be good in the sense that it would also be it's a good way to jumpstart and to inspire. Do you see what I mean? Because I might do this one. I know it's late, but I want to try and do one really quickly, so it's not that I literally just complained at you the whole time. But it's quite moody. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep you posted. And in the interim, I do have like a email mailing list as well. If you want to stay in touch, you can always email me. I also have a website, which I think maybe I linked in my description. If I didn't, I will at some point. But it's linked to my website, like on my YouTube channel banner. So you can also contact me on there. So, I don't know, if you're watching this years from now and I've disappeared, feel free to say hi. Bring me back to this channel. I don't think so, though. I think I'm just going through a phase that will hopefully pass. Yes, exactly that, Luthien. So I kind of mean, so what I mean by dopamine menu, sorry, I just said it and like left it and didn't give any further context. But yeah, it's exactly what you described. So, it's a list of different activities, and it can be art related things, but it doesn't have to only be art related things, but things that you can do according to either the time that you have or the level of energy that you have. And the idea is that by putting it together, you're kind of doing the thinking ahead of time. A lot of the time, for example, I might go and doom scroll and do things like this because it's kind of out of habit, and you know, without thinking, you're kind of like, oh, I have a few spare minutes, let me do that. Whereas if you have a dopamine menu, the idea is that there's entrees, which, for example, are maybe activities or things that you can do that would take 5 to 10 minutes, which might be, I don't know, a quick 5-minute sketch that you want to do, or it could be tidying your pencils or something that you enjoy doing but that is relatively quick to do, basically. And then you have your mains that could be the big things that perhaps take a little bit more time, like an hour painting session, or going to the park to take references, or going on a walk and noting the colors that you see, or, you know, things like that. And then you can also have, I'm doing this off the top of my head, I had actually got like, so don't, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. The descriptions are not fully as I'm describing them, basically. Just giving you a rough idea. And then you have like specials, and they could be stuff like an art retreat, or, you know, the things that maybe you'll do once a year, like, or going to a museum. That could be a main, to be fair. But yeah, going to a museum and like painting, or, you know, things like that. And then depending on when the time is right, you do the different art challenges or whatever it is accordingly. Hey, Denise. No worries at all, Agent XP. Oh, this is so cute. Welcome, Denise. First time watcher, you like my style. Thank you so much. I feel like when people want to buy Roma Sport, I feel like I need to say you're welcome as well as I'm sorry, because it is a rabbit hole. Those who do love the watercolors, it doesn't feel like, you know, there's just so many beautiful colors that it can quickly scale out of hand. So that's the I'm sorry. But then also the watercolors are so lovely that you are welcome. Luthien, especially in winter when energy levels are low, I feel like it would be super relatable to people. Definitely has my vote. Thank you. It's been on my list since last year because that's when. Anyway, I I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I like it as well. So I will probably do it at some point. I also wanted to do like there was like a series of videos that I was seeing that were basically seven seven hobbies in 7 days, something like that. And basically just trying, making a note of, I don't know, however many different hobbies. And then you pull out a random one and try it each day. And it's a good way to stay creative, but also to like dust off the creative cobwebs. And it also just got me thinking about other things, other ways to be creative that obviously still count. So I don't know, puzzles. I used to love doing puzzles back in the day. Or like crocheting. Used to love crocheting, knitting, things like that. So you make a list of all these different hobbies that you want to try. Ideally not hobbies that you have to go and start buying lots of things for. I think it's like to start things off, you know, I feel like I would get the most benefit by doing hobbies or things that I already have the items for, especially when starting off, because I don't want to limit the challenge or the quest, if you will, to when I have enough time, or when I have enough, not when I have enough time, to when I have enough money. I don't want to tie it to money. I don't want to tie it to buying things. I don't want to tie it to consumerism or to spending more or to anything like that. I just want it to be that fun. So yeah, over the course of those days, like trying out or redoing those different hobbies and using them to replace, again, doom scrolling and doom scrolling related activities. We all have our kryptonites, and for me it's definitely that I could end up doing something and like say I pick up my phone to do something and then automatically I find myself on Instagram having completely forgot what it was that I wanted to do to begin with. So that's why it keeps featuring in my examples of something that we could do instead of. You know what I mean? That ocean blue, I know. It's a beautiful color. I haven't used it in a while, but I will. I don't have it to hand now. I'm trying to stick to just using this palette for this stream. We'll see. I didn't sketch for this one. Can you imagine? The first one, no warm up. Second one, no sketch. Banter. And I like that it's dark. That's fine, but I want... This is the thing with using opaque. It doesn't move. I want it to look a little bit less perfect and put together, you know what I mean? I want it to look more rusty, like it's breaking down. Oh, crochet and knitting. Yeah, honestly, I used to have and obviously nothing was ever as big and involved as painting, but I used to knit and crochet a lot. I used to make toys for the local hospitals, just so that so it felt like, you know, a nice positive outlet, but also like more is more is more. So I just have so much fun making all these cute little toys. But then I got busier, and I stopped knitting. But anyway, that was like one random idea, similar to I guess it's in some ways related to the dopamine menu, and just trying out different things to discover what would be good additions to the dopamine menu. So it's funny because I want this one to be looser, in part because I don't want to keep you here forever. But also in not drawing and in working wet on wet, I am trying to be looser. But it's funny, that thing where the more you start liking a painting, the tighter you get. And it's something that I often have to fight and resist, because then I start taking less risks and things. And I find I have more fun and enjoy the results more when I do take those risks. I'm doing a lot of like messy mixing, so my brush has a whole bunch of different colours on it, and that is by intention, because I want it to be, just want an element of unpredictability. I want it to be a bit freer, basically. There's this little thing, but the way that I've painted my boat, it doesn't make sense for the thing to be underneath it, so I'm probably just going to omit it. It's my painting. I can do what I like. Divine DVD, I love Szmal paints. I have bought all the really pretty ones. I know I did a video highlighting like the top 30, but since then there've been like so many new colours that that's another video that's on my list of things to do, like the updated top 30. For that one, I also did it by votes, so I don't know if maybe that's something that I should do again based on votes, and see. Which colours everyone recommends. Or if not, I can just do the colours I recommend. Would I recommend Szmal brushes? Yes, I've tried the quill brushes and I enjoy them, but I don't know where people can get them. So if you can get your hands on them, yeah. But yeah, I find the issue usually is people can't really find them. And I feel like also, to be completely honest, I say this, maybe I am, maybe I'm not, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm very particular when it comes to brushes. I feel like I am more particular when it comes to paper and paint. So as long as the brush doesn't shed on me, it's fine. And it also, I think, heavily depends on the brush in question and how you like to paint. because that is what will make the biggest difference on, or the biggest impact on whether you enjoy a brush or not. And that may also change. When I started watercolor, I liked really firm brushes and I liked a lot of control, and so at the time the Princeton Aqua Elites were my favorites, and they were the main ones that I used, and they hold a good amount of water, but they're stiffer, so I have more control, which as a beginner was absolutely fantastic. Somewhere down the line last year, I started wanting to be even looser and even more expressive, I guess. And so I wanted less control, and I wanted to be able to do more layers. And as a result, I started really enjoying softer brushes, and that's when I started using the Roman Szmal quill brush, the Pan Art premium mop brush, which I really enjoy, the Princeton Aqua Elite brush, which again, not Princeton Aqua Elite, Princeton Neptune, which I really enjoy as well. So all of that came from the change in my artistic preference. Very long-winded answer. I hope it makes sense. So if you want a stiff brush, then I would say rather than the Roman Szmal one that I have is the quill brush, yeah. So rather than that one, get the Aqua Elite. If you want a soft brush, then yeah, the quill brush is really lovely. The Pan Art premium brush, if you're in the UK, is also really nice. The Princeton Neptune is nice. The Silver Black Velvet is also really nice. It's got mixed hairs, which is why I don't always recommend it. I don't mind, like, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I'm, very much a carnivore in every sense of the word, but I don't personally in my paintings notice that big a difference between synthetic and natural hair brushes, and thus I don't get natural hair brushes. Do you see what I mean? If I'm not seeing a difference, I don't think I need it. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't need the animal hairs if I can't tell a difference. So I tend to avoid them where possible. That being said, I do like the Black Velvet, but I wouldn't have got it initially if I had known, because I was happy with my other brushes. I'm happy with my Princeton. I haven't tried the Princeton Velvet Touch, but I have heard great things about that as well. You bought 2 squirrel brushes and you love them, and that's the thing. I feel like for some people they'll really notice the difference, and it makes like it has such a key impact in how you paint, in which case, yes, by all means get them. For me, as long as the ferrules stay, I am all good. So just gonna make this darker, make it easier. This feels moodier. To be fair, the reference is moodier. So I want it dark but not too dark. That's why I'm just adding a few more details. And I wanted to soften some of this up here. So it's not stark white, you know. Now whether it makes complete sense, that I don't know, but it's okay. I feel like, was I using this? Yeah, I feel like I was using this like here. And make it a bit moodier still. Like... Yeah, Queen Magenta Intense is Remishma. This whole palette is Remishma. It's the essential set. I feel like I don't know what blue I was using before. But let me... I just felt like the clouds were a little bit too prominent, you know? But you should be gone. And I guess I just want it to dry. I don't know, it's curious, but it's like this one obviously was a lot quicker than that one. Don't know which one I like more. I'll show you, I have bigger swatches of them both. Which I can show you in a second. Like a bigger swatch of the Queen Magenta Intense than the normal one. And just make this a bit darker, and here something in the background here, and then I can just put like little railings and tiny details that finish it off if this is dry. Dry, yep. It's funny because yeah, it was a lot quicker. Maybe I'll put it up as a poll as well. I'll be curious to see which is the favorite. I think maybe people like this one because of the colors. Oh, thank you, Wildflower. I'll let that dry for a second, and as it does, I can show you the swatches of Queen Magenta Intense is what you wanted to see. So this is Queen Magenta Intense here. So I swatched them out so you could see, and this is normal Queen Magenta and this is Queen Magenta Intense. Normal Queen Magenta Intense. So and this big swatch here is Queen Magenta Intense. So slightly warmer, if memory serves. Then this one is Mineral Pink, and this one is Aquarius Violet. And then I did some big swatches here as well, and big swatches of the greens, which I really love. I love this autumn green. It's funny, that's what I used here. But you can, like, you know, depending on how much water you add and all the different kind of like techniques, you can control an element of the granulation. The more water you have, the less control you have, the more unexpected the results and the more granulation. The less, if you add less water, you have more control, less granulation. You can kind of predict things a little bit more. So it's kind of up to you which ones you prefer. Yeah, I know. I don't know either. Like a trade secret. Thank you, Linda. I wanted to do this whole, you know how I was talking about doing a whole sketchbook with the urban sketching palette. I thought like it would just be nice to have a sketchbook where all the paints in here are all Romish Szmal paints, and then like here these are all their blues, for example, swatched out. Initially I was going to write the name, but then I liked the way they looked, so I didn't. But then it's not as helpful. They're pretty, but they're not helpful. Same for this one. It's like pretty but not helpful. So I will probably go back and actually write in the names so that it is helpful. To look back on, because I did it in, at least thankfully I did it in order that they are in my palette, so I can work it out. But I was like counting to try and figure out which one is which all the time. And yeah, I did this boat painting. It's interesting. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my boat paintings have two styles, and these two are more simplistic, and then this one, even though it's quicker, less layers, more rough and rugged, this to me looks different. I don't know if you see it or if it's just me. So for this one I did use slightly different swatches, slightly different colours, so I'll just make a quick note of them. The main one that I want to swatch out, because whoops, I used and it's different, is Aquarius Violet. Maybe I'd do swatches like this. If anyone has any questions, by all means, please feel free to ask. I will be going soon. I really appreciate you all being here. I appreciate the comments, and I feel like I missed a bit of the chat, so this will probably be one live stream that even I go back and rewatch, just so that I can make sure I didn't miss anything. If you asked a question and I didn't answer, please ask again. It's tricky multitasking sometimes, but I never want to, it is never my intent to ignore anyone, so yeah, I just didn't see it. Oh, that would be nice actually. Thank you. Like, and you know what? As you say that, I have where are you? Come on. That is a fantastic idea. This is what I have. I have tracing paper, don't I? Look at that. As if by magic. So maybe I'll do that, and I'll write the names on here like you suggested. Did I misinterpret? I feel like we're singing from the same hymn sheet. So I'll like write the names and maybe have them like tape them here so that you can look at it like this, and then, oh, what's the name? There it is. Oh, thank you, Susie. Oh, good. I'm glad, Leslie. I really enjoy watching live streams as well. So not only hosting them, but actually watching them back, because yeah, like you say, it's just nice having company. You're doing your own thing. Every so often you like pop back in the chat, and yeah, it's quite nice. I do enjoy them. And sometimes I just like listen. Sometimes I'm not even like chatting. So if you're doing that and you're just like watching and listening, hi to you too. Yeah. Queen Magenta and stuff. But no, thank you so much, Linda. I'm gonna do that. I literally bought the tracing paper. I wanted to do it for a different project where I wanted to paint. I wanted to print on them, sorry, but they're too thin to print. To put them through my printer can't pick them up, basically. So I haven't been able to do that. But yeah, I really like that. That's a great idea because I like the way they look and I didn't want to change that. But doing that is a great way to go about it. Best of both worlds. So yeah, I'm thinking, I'm about halfway through this sketchbook, but that was my intent for it, to just explore Roma Szmal a bit more in here. Do I have thoughts on ocean blue versus transparent turquoise? They look very similar. Denise, do you mean ocean sea blue? Ocean... Where are you, my love? Do you mean ocean sea blue? And transparent turquoise. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's this one. No, this one. These two. Are they next to each other? Because if that is what you mean... I'm looking to see if anything else could be transparent turquoise. No, it must be this, and you're right, they are very similar. The key difference is that ocean sea blue has PBR 25, I believe. It has a yellowish brown pigment inside it. So ocean sea blue, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it granulates. So like, I don't want to, I hope, can you see? Okay. I can't see what you can see. Okay, so like here, for example, it's got like this specks of like brown. And depending on how much water you add, it will determine how much you see that or not. So that's the key difference. If you, whereas transparent, so it's these two. So you're right, like next to each other, they are very similar. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just holding everything in a weird angle because I don't want the painting to run. I'm so sorry, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. So it's these two, and next to each other they do look very similar, but I'd say the key difference is this is ocean sea blue, this is transparent turquoise, I believe. Transparent turquoise, ocean sea blue is more green leaning and it granulates. Well, my big 60 colour palette with no names, but I only struggle with remembering the names of the earthy greens. Like all of them, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I know this is autumn green. This is Aquarius green. Cobalt turquoise light. That's what I got. And they're like green gold light. One's olive green light. But yeah, this is sap green, hooker's green. But the others I don't know. So, I don't know, Denise, what do you think? No, no trouble at all, honestly. If there's any colours that you want to see, I'm always happy to share. But yeah, that's what I would say are the key differences. Between the two, I tend to gravitate towards ocean sea blue. I just like the look of it. But if I knew... But yeah, I don't know. It does feel like one where maybe it would be worth experimenting with them in mixes because I think they would also look different. Yeah, I like ocean sea blue too. I'm a bit biased. I'm trying to not be and to be like objective about it. but Ocean Sea Blue is the one that I tend to have in my palettes. Transparent turquoise is beautiful though too, but I would use it more so if I wanted like flat washes, or I wanted to make really bright, pungent, powerful purples. Whereas Ocean Sea Blue I could use on its own, or I would use on its own. Linda, you know what I wanted to do? Because you know I have the polls on YouTube. I thought it would be cool to like, I did it actually, but I wanted to do it again, like more so. But I thought it'd be cool to like take pictures of like the big swatch and like be like, guess the name. Do you know what I mean? Like, which one is this? Which one is that? Divine, is phthalo turquoise the same as transparent turquoise? I thought yes. I didn't even question that in my head. But if you give me 2 seconds, I'll try and get out my swatch card and then we can have a look. Okay, here's the swatch card. Oh, no, they're not the same. What is transparent turquoise? Where is transparent turquoise? Maybe you mean transparent turquoise. Phthalo turquoise is here. PB16, and that is next to Ocean Blue. So what I was calling transparent turquoise is actually phthalo turquoise, which brings me to, you are right, transparent turquoise is something else. Transparent turquoise is technically phthalo turquoise hue. It is PB15 and PG7. Oh, sorry. So, sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. This is phthalo turquoise. This is transparent turquoise. Phthalo turquoise is a lot more blue. It is a single pigment PB16. This is transparent turquoise here. PB15, which is phthalo blue and phthalo green mixed together. And this one is more green leaning. And then, so according to my I don't think I swatched it out. I don't know why I didn't. I went to phthalo, Ocean Blue and phthalo blue are quite similar. Ocean Blue is made up of PBR24 and PB15-3. And then I went all the way to Cobalt Turquoise and I called it a day and just didn't swatch out. Just did not swatch out transparent turquoise. Is it on the previous page? Is it here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I swatched it out here. So I swatched out transparent turquoise with the greens. It's a bit more green leaning that you'll see in here on camera. But yeah. The new set is the latest new set is the Essential set, which is what it is, this one. Oh yeah, you can still hear me. You see? Oh no, Shauna. The same thing happened to me when I was moving. It took forever, and it's from there that I started putting either glue dots or magnets to all my half pans. Although I must admit I've since then gotten complacent and I haven't done it for my most recent ones. But I need to. I hope this is helpful. If you want to take a screenshot of it, you can. I have also done a whole separate video where I was swatching out the Essentials palette. That is the latest. Well, actually, tell a lie. The actual latest ones are the Urban Sketching palettes, the minis, you know. This one came afterwards. Oh, Catherine, I haven't. Yay! Welcome. Welcome to the fun. Thank you for joining. But yes, I hope that I hope you enjoy it. Welcome. Gold ochre and azel gold seem so similar. On camera, less so. Sorry, in real life, less so. Is um gold ochre. Let me see if I maybe can adjust the light so that you can see it a bit better. I don't know if that's helping. Gold ochre is more muted and more earthy. Gold ochre is yellow ochre. Sorry, I was going to say it looks like yellow ochre, but actually it's PY43, so it actually is a yellow ochre color. Whereas the nickel azure gold is brighter and looks more like a quinacridone gold. I can't, I don't know if the camera is, I feel like it's made them look very similar, but they are not. Hold on, maybe the bigger swatches will show the difference a bit better. No, I don't think they show it that. I don't think it's showing it that much better, but a bit better, right? For a second, it looked like it was a bit better. So the key thing is that the gold ochre is more muted and more like it's like, it looks like an in-between between Naples yellow and yellow ochre, whereas the nickel azure gold looks like a quin gold, so it looks a lot brighter. So actually, I think you see how you can see it in the camera now, where this looks a little bit darker and more muted. That's what it looks like in real life, on my screen anyway. Shauna, why did you cry? Oh, when it fell. I know the feeling. For me, it was my set of 48, and you know what I did? I just put them all back in. I didn't even I literally removed the metal thing and just threw them into the palette and closed it. Like, you know, when you're moving and you're just like, I can't. I was like, I can't deal with this. I can't do it. I can't deal with it. Yeah, the apricot palette is so cute. My favorite is the gold palette. Remishable actually gave me the gold palette as a gift because a while back, before he released the tiny tins, he was doing the tiny tins for different symposiums and events and stuff. And me, like the stalker that I am, saw them in a picture, like on Facebook or something. Maybe Facebook, yeah, because they have Facebook, they don't have a website. So I saw them on a picture on Facebook, and then we were in contact, and he basically asked me if I wanted something, and instead of being like, oh yeah, this or that, I was like, I've seen in your pictures in the background, in the corner of the background on this date. I didn't say it like that, but that's how I felt. Like, oh yeah, in the corner of a background of a picture that you posted, I saw this palette and I want it. And he sent it to me, which was really, really nice. Empty. I just wanted the palette. I was like, give me the palette. I have the paints. I can put more paints inside it. And then maybe 6 months later, he started selling them as well. I was like, oh, I would have, if I'd known they were coming, I would have waited. But for me, I just thought they were so cute and so handy, and I couldn't get my hands on them. So this is Aquarius Violet. This is my transparent red, and this is nickel azure gold. Hey Toby Doucette. Corey, welcome. Oh, you have the set as well? Oh, the small ones. Yeah, I love them. I have all the colours. Of course I do. This one, like I shared earlier, is the one that I created for my trip to Italy, and then it became my general urban sketching palette. and it has these colors inside. With this, I put tape, you know, like normal packing wrapping tape over it. By the way, my nail looks dirty. It's not. I got paint underneath my nail as I was painting during the stream. But yeah, I have been using these colors, as you can see. What I need, maybe one time I'll dedicate some time to figuring out how I can recreate November 2024, because I love the color and I don't want to run out of it. Wildflower, he says that to me. He has said that to me a few times. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. He's just a really nice guy. Then this is the Urban Sketching palette. So it came with these 8 colors at the top, and then I threw in, without thought, genuinely without thought, I threw in these 3 colors, or maybe a tiny bit of thought. Cobalt turquoise, I thought was a really cool color I wanted to use more. Quin magenta, this palette has, I believe, like a quin red. I'm not 100% sure. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. But it does not have it doesn't have a magenta, basically. And magenta is my red, so I added quin magenta, and then I added Etcher's gold, because I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start painting floras again, and I really like having gold inside it. I don't normally like metallics, but there's just something about gold that is hard to ignore, and that's the 3. And I haven't put anything in my pink one as of yet. And did I show you this one? This one's the autumn one that I made. I need to put tape on it. But this is a video as well if you're interested, if you want to see. I talk through the process of the colors that I picked, why I picked them, I paint with them, and then I also share how you can make your own palettes. Oh, thank you. You know what? I actually do enjoy putting the palette videos together, although part of me is like, how many am I going to put together? How many? The answer is many, but that's why I thought that it would be nice to do like that video with this one where I'm literally just painting. I wouldn't paint with the magenta and the cobalt turquoise. I would just focus on painting with the 8, and then like have the thought experiment of having the whole sketchbook represent or be a visual representation for me of the colors that I can mix with the limited palette. Don't steal my idea. If you see this video on YouTube, came here first. And then I also like the idea of having done that, being able to determine what colors are best for me to add. I've used up like half of the ultramarine blue. I actually have a problem. It's like I have no self-control, and like I don't know if you can see the dips in these 2. This one I've had for like a long time, so I wouldn't judge the use of this, but with this I have. Anyway, those are the ideas that I have. And then also I thought it would be nice. Hey, listening from Canada. There's so many people from Canada. It's nice. But yeah, I thought I could also just make my own custom palettes, look through my swatches, paint. I feel like I wouldn't want to rush it. Like I'd dedicate maybe like a couple of months of just trying out different mixes and then concluding on what my ultimate custom palette is. And then I'll tell you so that you can make it yourselves. And then, you know. Denise says, I want to try urban sketching. Do you recommend that Schmal urban sketching kit, or is there a better palette that you have found? That's a good question. I think it depends on, I feel like I sound like a politician with all the it depends, but there isn't a blanket rule for anyone, and I don't want to give the impression that there is. If you have no palettes whatsoever, I think that a really good palette was the urban sketching palette, but not the mini. The mini ones are cute, and I think the mini ones are nice and have merit and are well balanced. Why did I put these here like this? And are well balanced. And I also like that the mini one has autumn green, which I really enjoy. But I feel like the most balanced one was the original urban sketching one that Roman Szmal did, which was, my hand is stuck. I think he gifted me one and then I bought one. So I've almost finished the one he gave me as a gift. And then this one is the one, is this? Yeah, this one is the one that I bought. Is it? Yeah, where does it say? I thought it said, I'm just checking because I thought it said Urban Sketching Palette on it, but maybe it doesn't. I want to make sure I'm not showing you the wrong one. Yeah, the Urban Sketching Metal Box is this one. I just feel like the colours are more balanced in this one for urban sketching specifically. Ultimately, whether you're urban sketching, painting, portraits, whatever, if you have the primaries, I know it's boring, but you've seen me paint. I'm just using the primaries over and over. So the formula for me creating palettes is having the split primaries that I would use, which does not include a warm red because I don't paint with warm reds, but if you love warm reds, you should add it. And then a favorite color that you really enjoy that is fun, even if it doesn't make sense, a useful color and a hard to mix color. And if you put them together, you have yourself a really great palette. And with this, what I liked is that you have like a good mixture of quinophthalone yellow, which is good. Pyrrole Scarlet is like a warm red. You have Quin Magenta, which is so funny actually. If you look back, before I swatched with this, I didn't use Quin Magenta that often, and I was actually very confused as to why Quin Magenta was in an urban sketching palette, because I'm like, what in urban sketching scenarios is this kind of bright magenta? But what is so funny is that thereafter, Quin Magenta replaced all my other reds in my palette, and so you will have seen from the palettes that I showed you earlier that it's not uncommon for me to have no red and instead I have a Quin Magenta, because if I want to make it red, I just add a bit of yellow to it and it starts getting towards this. Ultramarine Intense, Blue Sky, which is lovely, Shadow Grey, Sap Green Light is maybe the one colour that I would change in this palette. I just find it a bit too bright. I would rather have Aquarius Green in there or Nickel Azo Yellow, inside instead, because then if you have Nickel Azo Yellow and you mix it with Ultramarine Blue, you get some really lovely greens, and Nickel Azo Yellow is just beautiful on its own anyway. Then you get Aquarius Green, Buff Titanium, Gold Ochre, which I know is useful for everyone. Me personally, I don't use it that often, but it is a useful colour. I know it's useful, I just don't use it that much. Italian Burnt Sienna and Cyprus Burnt Umber Deep. So I think in terms of like putting palettes together, this one is a good urban sketching palette. But ultimately what this one is a version of the split primaries, because you have the yellows, the reds, the blues, some greens, a buff titanium that is helpful, and some earth tones. So I'm sharing that, and I'm sharing the breakdown of that so that if you have the colors already, you can make it yourself. And with the recipe, you can make yourself the perfect palette if you want, or you can get this one if you want it ready made. Oh, I made you buy Schminke French Ultramarine. Sonia made me buy Schminke French Ultramarine. It just granulates so much. It's just a really nice blue. I can't lie. I love Ultramarine as a whole, and I didn't fully appreciate how much I use it until last year. And I went to an art retreat and I ran out of it 3 times. Can you imagine? Like, first of all, I overpack as a general rule. So I already had my main palette, which was, I had a Daniel Smith palette, I had a Roman Szmal palette, I had the Art Toolkit palette, which had a mixture of different brands, and were those? Yeah, I think those were the 3 palettes I had. Yeah, those were the 3 palettes I had, which, you know, it was a 1-week art retreat. Should have been more than enough. I ran out of French Ultramarine, and then someone gave me some, because we were using Daniel Smith, so they gave me some and I ran out of that, and then I bought some and I ran out of that as well. I was like, wow. Normal ultramarine and French ultramarine, and then normal ultramarine, and it was interesting to see, because if you asked me I hadn't really thought about it, but if you asked me what my most used colours were, I would have thought like, yeah, maybe I use it a bit, but I wouldn't have thought that I would run through it and finish it. But thankfully, I had brought 3 palettes like a crazy person. Ooh, what did you figure out, Catherine? Wildflower says, well, the Urban Sketching palette, I love a split primary with a nice sap green, an indigo, or a black. You know what's interesting? I don't tend to paint with black that much. I'm not opposed to it, and I'm curious to try it more so with gouache than with watercolor. And I'm not saying it as a hard and fast rule. I don't. I'm just really curious to see, what role it could play in my art, because I don't really use it enough, I don't think. Like the only black I got and made an active effort to use was the Mars black, I want to say PBK11, that I got because it granulates quite a lot, and you know, it's one of those colors in the granulating recipes video that I made. Basically, if you want to know how to make your own super granulating really special colors, you can watch that video. I talk through the process, the formula, and if you probably have most colors that you need, but 2 of the colors that were really helpful was one, I believe is called Mars Black. PBK11 is the right pigment. I just can't think of the name right now. And what brown are you? You know the brown. Is it PBR25? PBR33. PBR33 mahogany brown. Is the one that I had used. Basically, you put them together, you mix them with other colours, you get some really lovely mixes, which is where I started using the Mars Black PBK11. And it was interesting because I could see differences between the brands. Like, I think I had the Schminke one and the Turner one and the Roman Szmal one, and they're all ever so slightly different. Agent XP says, I bought the Schminke French Ultramarine to go with their Quin Gold. Holbein Ultra Deep granulates a lot. Yeah, it's really interesting. You know, honestly, often I just feel so blessed that we have this passion. Don't you? Like, it just makes life so much interesting, and it's so much more interesting. It makes me more excited to see things around. Everything looks like it could be a potential painting. And then also to be able to speak to people and be like, oh yeah, I tried this colour and it's so beautiful and it's so nice. And even like, you know, I saw a pole on the street and I was like, oh, that almost looks like it has a hint of Cascade Green, like things like that. And it makes me wonder, like, what was I even talking about before? What was I spending my time on before I had this to, like, enjoy and to talk about and to delve into? Thank you, My Own Productions. Yes, it is Mars Black. Catherine, you filled 2 minis. I take out the tray of one and lay it in the cover of the other, stuck into my magnet. Oh! You should join, you know how you've joined? You should join the Discord and then send a picture of that, because we're always sending little different setups that we have. Mostly use indigo. Which indigo do you use, Wildflower? Because there's so many. As I learned when I created the custom group palette that we all have, indigos are plenty. You know, it's so funny looking through this. Can you see? Part of me is showing this because I feel like it makes me happy to see my supplies used. And it feels like it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I can look at things almost running out and not be like, oh my gosh, it's running out, I need to use less of it or whatnot. And it feels satisfying to know that I'm actually using the supplies. Although as I'm looking, when it gets to this point, it's a bit annoying because like your brush just keeps going into the hole, which is a bit annoying. But also there's still half the paint left. If and when Roman Szmal does tubes, I would just top them up so that they don't just keep having holes in them. But for now, I'm gonna have to finish this. What else can I do? But I'm trying to think which palette this was, because initially I thought it was the Urban Sketching palette, but it's not. It's another one that I made, battered and bruised. Oh, I think this was the one that I also took to Thailand. It was like my Thailand palette, but You would think this video is not sponsored. I feel like it's obvious, but just in case it's not obvious, this video is not sponsored. Unless my membership counts as the sponsorship. This is another set. This one is actually quite a sentimental one. It is the original colours that I bought from Szmal. This is how like I discovered the brand and started painting with them and stuff. And it's interesting to see. I just feel like you can get so much information from which colours are gone. Do you know what I mean? Like you learn so much from that in terms of the colours that you use, the colours that you're drawn to, so on and so forth. So the first colours that I bought by Szmal were Aurelian Hue. Bearing in mind, I didn't really know that much. I didn't know anything about pigments at the time, actually. I picked this out of thin air based on nothing but the way the colours looked. And yeah, that was it. I didn't know about pigments. So I got Aurelian Hue, PY151. I got Quin Gold Hue, which although it looks like I used half, this is actually the second pan. Like I finished the first full pan and then I got a second half pan and cut half, put it into another. Szmal paints are very soft. Can you see? Yeah, can you see I just made those? So they're very soft. So if you want, what I was doing is I would buy the full pan and I would get a palette knife, cut it in half with the palette knife and put half in the half pan rather than buying half pans. Does that make sense? Obviously, if you want to buy half pans, that's fine. There's 15 more half pans that have been released, and I buy half pans sometimes out of convenience. But basically, splitting it in half is what I was doing, which is to put them inside these and other palette, inside this palette that I showed you. So this is the second one. So imagine this is empty because it was. Then Natural Sienna, PY43. You see what I mean by I don't use PY43 Sienna that much, although it's a useful colour. Pyrrole Red, PR254. Again, another colour that I just didn't use as much. Permanent Alizarin Crimson, PR176. A colour I loved actually. And it's interesting because it's a lot more muted than magenta, and this was, I guess, my equivalent of magenta. But after I started using Quin Magenta from the Urban Sketching palette, I stopped using this. So maybe it's one to revisit again. I don't know how, I know the name is permanent, but I don't know how permanent PR176 is. So maybe I'll have a think about that and see if it's one to revisit. Then Indian Red, PR101, Cypress Burnt Umber. I'm surprised I didn't use it that much because I feel like I did in like my other palettes. Anyway, Hooker's Green, which is my equivalent of their of a sap green. To me, this looks like sap greens, but it's called Hooker's Green and it's beautiful. It's PY150 and PB27. Pyroline Green, which has got quite a big dip in it. It's not as much as the others, but I'm pleasantly surprised I was using it so much. Shadow Violet, which oddly enough hasn't got that much of a dip. Payne's Grey, that's why, because I was using my Payne's Grey like no man's business, and that's almost finished. Mineral Violet, massive dip, which is interesting. This is all Szmal, sorry, I should have said. Ultramarine Intense, again, massive crater. Phthalo Blue made an appearance. Ocean Blue, it's got a big dip. Transparent Turquoise, oh, look at that. The two next to each other. As if I knew that you'd ask. And then Cobalt Teal. The rest I need to label. It's a funny game I'm playing here because once I forget, it will be very annoying. Oh, this one is more Hooker's Green. So once I finish this one, I can use this one. This is Ultramarine Blue again. Once I finish this, I can use this. Caput Mortem, Aquarius Green. It's a great colour. And then these are the three new colours by Szmal that were last year. I think it was like Titanium Brown. I can't remember the names. But these are the three new colours, so I haven't really used them yet. Yeah, someone else had mentioned, was it you, Agent XP, or was it Wildflower? Someone else had mentioned PB K31 Pyroline Green as the color that they would describe as an essential to add to the palette that we made together in that video, which was my last video on my last edited video on YouTube, was the video highlighting the top 10 colors and making a palette out of it. And quite a few people had mentioned that the Pyroline Green would be one that they would add as an essential to the palette. You use Daniel Smith's Indigo. That's good to know. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're a team Undersea Green. It's lovely as well. Gosh, honestly, I'm really grateful we have this passion in our lives. I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad that you have it so that we can have it together. Does that make sense? Because honestly, part of me is like, who was I talking to before I had like a channel? And I don't mean like friends wise. I mean like, who was I talking to about art before I had this? And then also, what was I doing in my free time? Yes, it's definitely time to go to bed. It's been 3 hours, 3.5 hours even. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed taking another close look. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed the chatting, basically. Chatting and the painting. This, I don't know if this book is going to be very, I don't know why this is so, there we go, random. It's so cool. There we go. Yeah, no, it's very late. My own productions. I'm team never met a green that I don't like. Oh, never met a green that you like. So you're mixing them all yourself. I must admit, I do like pre-mixed greens. I love mixing them myself too, but I do also like when they are pre-mixed. But the beauty with mixing them yourself is that they're always going to be unique, you know? Unique to you. I left this blank for a reason. I think it was to swatch yellows. Or reds, maybe. Need to break this spine. Well, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you so much for watching and for keeping me company. If you are interested in my membership, it's linked below. If you are interested in the Essentials palette, it is also linked below. If you are one of my members, we have a live stream. No, we have a Zoom session tomorrow. Bring your sketchbooks if you want, and just come and chat. It will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, and I've already posted the link on Ko-fi, so be sure to go and check that out. And thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you when I see you. Be sure to join my mailing list if you want to stay updated. But yeah, I will see you around. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye.